Welcome to the Kia Oval. 4 balls gone here on what's a quite spectacularly beautiful and pleasant Wednesday evening. Just the one change for Surrey. News from the middle is that Bethan Miles is in on debut. She replaces Priyanaz Chatterjee, who's off on World Cup duty for Scotland. Rhiannon McDonald-Gay has got off to an excellent start. Snuck in a wide ball there, just to take the sting out of the over slightly. I'm Cameron Ponsonby. I'm joined by Surrey broadcasting legend Mark Church and Surrey legendary player Kirstie White. And all in all, Mr. Church, it's a beautiful day in South East London.
You couldn't ask for a better evening for a bit of T20 with the weather, and there's a good crowd in.
Well, we're seeing a bit of Control-C, Control-V here. Holly Armitage, the Durham skipper, is doing her best to reverse ramp McDonald-Gay past short third. And McDonald-Gay is doing her best to keep it out of her arc and bowling wides as a result.
Well, the first game for Surrey against Lancashire, fantastic run chase, of course, and then they did the business against Yorkshire. I was thinking about the 50-over game between these two sides, and I was thinking that the point of difference from a Durham point of view was Lauren Filer. She's playing tonight for Durham, and I am looking forward to seeing her bowl, but I'm also looking forward to seeing the way that Surrey go about playing her, because she really did cause huge problems in the 50-over game. Of course, this is different. She's only going to have the 4 overs, but she could still do a bit of damage in those 4.
Bit of swing again from McDonald-Gay, but another wide. 4th wide of the over. And so every single run on the board so far is a sundry.
Yeah, it is swinging, and you need to control that swing. It's good at swinging. It's almost swinging a little bit too much at the moment in these conditions.
Well, I believe there's only 1 ball left of this over. We're a bit out of sync with the scoreboard in the ground. Beautiful cover drive again. Well fielded at cover. But Armitage is able to sneak through for a single. After 1 over, the score is 5 for no loss. And we bring in Kirstie White for the first time this evening.
Good morning. Yeah, Rhiannon McDonald gave up the best start Surrey wanted, which has been really unusual competition so far, picking up 3 wickets in the last game. Not picking up any wickets in her first game, but only going for 23, so been really even off
I don't know what you both think, but the impressive thing against Lancashire, I thought, was Surrey's out cricket. I thought that's what kept them in the game, because Lancashire got off to that flying start, but their fielding and their catching was absolutely fantastic, and that will be a standard that they've now set that they'll want to keep this evening.
Well, spinning the power play, more to open the bowling. And got her! Easy as that! Laura Harris sticks out a hand. There's Velcro in the palms. And Surrey are on the board. A quite remarkable piece of cricket from one of the coolest characters on show. Well, goodness me, it's 5 for 1.
Well, just as I mentioned the out cricket and the catching, perfect timing from Laura Harris there, and made it look very straightforward. And as you say, the coolest customer in the ground. A great cry of catch it from Kirstie to my right, and brilliant bit of work there, and a terrific start for Surrey, because we haven't actually had a run off the bat as yet.
fantastic start. Leapt like a salmon there, Laura Harris, and so casual. It's the most nonchalant one-hand cut in the air, taking it behind her. And let's not forget, she's half in the shade, half in the sun there. Oh, great start for Surrey. Yeah, complete right. No runs off the bat there.
How cool can you be?
Well, I think
They're great sunglasses as well. Can I say that as well? They're terrific pair of sunglasses, but ooh, she did make that look very easy.
cut away, and Emily Windsor, she's off the mark. And I hate to spoil everyone's party. There was 1 run off the bat in the previous over. But Laura Harris, I think most of the cricketing world can learn from the way she goes about her cricket, with a smile on her face, and kind of she reaps the rewards that go with it. And she's been a fantastic signing for Surrey so far. Is there a third sister? Does she get to be signed next year? Is that how this works? Or that should be 4. Race away to the boundary. Just a bit short from Moore. Jemima Spence's chase to the boundary is in vain. And Maddie Villiers, well, she's off the mark first ball. And she's been in very fine form with the bat this year. Made a century just a week or so ago.
Yeah, not completely in control of that, and that was in the air for quite some time, but it's between the backward point and the short third, but not completely in control of that when she played it. It was in the air a very long time.
That wasn't too short, but Villiers nevertheless looking for that cut shot. An early indication as to how Villiers is going to look to play more. There's no boundary rider out on that offside, so any width at all, Villiers is going to wait and try and slash it through that ring of fielders. And again, very straight, still looking to back away and make room.
Yeah, Villiers looks like she's going to try and play everything off the back foot here. Hasn't got forward at all, hasn't used her feet. He's just waiting on that back foot and looking to play it as late as she can. She'll be able to play that off the back foot. It's very short.
Well, that's got what it's deserved. Short ball down the leg side from Moore, and an otherwise very fine over finishes with 9 runs conceded off it after 2 overs. It's 14 for 1.
Do you know what that catch from Laura Harris reminded me of? And neither of you will remember this because you're both far too young.
Give us a chance.
1986.
Don't remember it.
All right, it was the England men in a one-day series in Australia, and Roger Harper took a catch just like that off Alan Lamb, where he hung in the air and just pulled it down one-handed, and everybody just sat there and went, "Oh, he's caught it." It was a bit like that with Laura, and it looked so cool.
Classic
Especially in
Rog.
those sunglasses that she's wearing. Those are absolute crackers, aren't they? But no, it was a really good bit of work.
We have another over from McDonald Gay here. See if the ball's still swinging after an over of spin. Oh, it's Alice Monaghan. I apologise, been done by the scorecard.
Well, it's interesting that that first over from McDonald Gate, there was swing, wasn't there? But Monaghan there looks as if she's just going to go gun barrel straight, because it was almost swinging a bit too much away from the right-hander.
Full. More good fielding from Surrey.
Laura Harris again.
It was a remarkable display in the outfield against Lancashire.
It really was.
They got off to an absolute flyer,
Yeah.
Lancashire, with the bat. And it did just look like the game had almost finished before it had begun. And you thought, right, well, we'll chalk this one up to experience. But Surrey, almost kicking and screaming, dragged it back in their favour. Short. Umpire's happy with that, so another dot.
Yeah, because it was their biggest ever run chase, wasn't it? The second highest ever in this country in T20. I think had they even got to 220, I think Surrey would have fancied their chances of getting there. But they definitely in the field saved at least 30 runs just by their out cricket and pulling balls in from the boundary and the couple of run outs.
Edged just past a diving wicketkeeper. And that'll be a second boundary of the innings. Emily Windsor just getting going, and not in the most convincing fashion so far. But runs are runs are runs. Need to give herself a bit of room and play into the offside. Now, the catch that stood out for me against Lancashire was Jemima Spence out at deep square leg.
Yeah.
Not just the quality of the catch, diving forward, almost scooping it off the turf, but the fact it was Meg Lanning as well.
Yeah.
I mean, how many runs would she have scored in the final 3 overs? Short again, flayed by Windsor. I'll just be 1. Fielding done in the deep.
I'm slightly surprised that Surrey haven't got a slip in here, especially with that swing we saw in the first over. And had there been a slip, it's easy to say now, of course, but that edge from Windsor might have gone straight to first slip. So I am slightly surprised they haven't got a slip in. Oh, that was a brilliant catch from Jemima Spence. It really was. Took it on her bootlaces, didn't she? And as you say, it was the fact it was Meg Lanning as well.
Short again. That one's given a wide. So the over's not done quite yet. 2 sweepers out in the power play. One that kind of... Are we saying that's a wide third or a very backward point? You can make your own minds up. And a deep square leg. Kirstie White's gone for a very backward point.
I'll go in the middle.
Okay.
Wide third.
Get our bases covered.
Point.
You see Surrey almost bowling for that sweeper in the deep. Wide, a bit of movement. If it does get slashed away into the deep, there's protection. Anyway, the third over has come to a close. A good one from Monaghan, and Durham are 20 for 1. It was that fixture, yes. I wonder if this is almost showing off in front of Holly Armitage, because Holly Armitage, I think, was the first captain I remember seeing do that. And she's known for kind of chopping and changing a lot, being one of the more inventive captains on the scene. Whether Bryony Smith is just saying, I can do it as well. So we're going to have Danny Gregory, a bit of leg spin from the pavilion end. In the power play again, Danny Gregory had a tough start to life against Lancashire, 22 off her first over. She's got a fielder out in the deep on each side. Expecting this to be nice and straight. On the money to begin with.
Yeah, I thought she came back very well from that first over against Lancashire. I suppose as well from a Durham perspective here, they know they've got to put a pretty good total on the board. They'll have seen what Surrey chased down here against Lancashire.
Well, that's a lovely shot. Worked in front of square. Might even get 4 for it. Beautiful batting and timing from Emily Windsor. It wasn't much more than a nudge into the leg side, but such was the quality of the shot and the quality of the outfield. She's picked up 4.
Yeah, that's a lovely bit of batting from Emily Windsor. It's just waited on the back foot and then just whipped it and timed it beautifully for 4.
Oh, that's short. Dispatched. They work on in the deep, but can't quite haul it in. That's another 4. So 4 fours of differing aesthetic beauty. But they finish with the same result.
And it's a good start, this, from Emily Windsor. She's a very important part of this Durham side. Good to see her batting at 3. 3 boundaries already for her.
I'll tell you what, if anyone in the Surrey team was going to make that stop in the deep, it would have been Alice Monaghan. Saw a video of Alice Davidson-Richards talking to the Surrey in-house media. Very full. Well, she was talking to cricket commentator and pundit Kate Mason, to be precise.
Yes.
And Davidson-Richards was asked who kind of could be one of the players to have a breakout season. She picked Monaghan just because of her all-round abilities as an athlete. And kind of a body packed full of fast twitch muscles, basically. I think was the line, there or thereabouts.
What are they?
I'm not making it up. I'm not. That is roughly a quote.
Fast twitch muscles.
I think Davidson's line was she has more fast twitch muscles in her body than I. It didn't in her little finger than I have in my entire body. Something like that.
I don't think I ever had them.
Well, you can go and watch
And
them.
even if I had them, I wouldn't have even known I had them. But I'm a bit old now for fast twitch muscles.
You have wise twitch muscles. That's what you have.
No, old twitch muscles these days.
Over gone, over finished. 9 runs off it from Danny Gregory's first 4 overs gone. It's 29 for 1. Kirstie, honours even so far. Who'd be the happier 2 teams?
It's fairly even in points, obviously not the best of start, but way that they've decided they're going to attack spin today.
Well, Monaghan's going to continue, so the run of bowling changes comes to an end. Swing and a miss from Emily Windsor.
Yeah, I would say this has been a slightly frenetic start from Durham. I think that's that pressure of knowing that Surrey chased down what they chased down against Lancashire. So I think it's been a slightly frenetic start from Durham.
There's a beautiful sun trap over on the gasometer side of the ground. A good few hundred in the crowd so far, enjoying the evening. Short, and that very backward point, deep wide third is in the game. 1 run.
Yeah, it's a definite tactic, isn't it? Especially to Emily Windsor.
It feels quite high risk, high reward to me, because with the pace that Monaghan's bowling at, the ball is slashed out in that direction. There's an awful lot of the ground it could go to. I suppose Surrey's backroom staff might have been on their boundary dimension. Watch again. I mention every game. Tucked into the leg side.
Well, of course, you revealed it to the world. The boundary dimensions.
I think it was actually Kirstie who put me onto it first.
Ah, there you go. So it was
last year.
Kirstie that revealed it to you, and then you revealed it to the world.
Naturally, that's how the
the way
chain
it
of
works.
information goes.
Yeah, very
here.
much so.
I think we were at Beckenham and we were presented with a wonderfully bizarre boundary size and shape. And Kirstie went, well, you know, they tailor it specifically for each
Brilliant.
game.
It is brilliant.
Lifted
Shot.
up and over the leg side. That's a wonderful cricket shot. Into the seats. And Maddie Villiers have some of that. 6 runs just picked up from a length. Having faced the spinner and been trying to hit everything into the offside, she's got a tiny bit of length on offer from the seamer. And that's 6 runs.
Do you know what I love about that? Is her head. It didn't move an inch. It was almost like a sort of no-look 6. And she nailed that. That was a beautiful cricket shot from Maddie Villiers. But if we see it again, watch her head. Doesn't move. Just keeps her head over the ball the entire time.
Oh, quick single taken. Direct hit. And there would have been a wicket. A bit of drama there, but I want to just point out that Surrey, I don't quite want to say they've blinked there, but Maddie Villiers has played 1 shot into the leg side and they flipped over from their plan beforehand to Villiers, where there was that deep backward point. See a replay there. Would have been out had the throw been on target. They immediately stuck out as kind of deep mid-wicket. We're back to the initial field with that peculiar fielder in place. Now that Windsor is on strike. Well bowled and well played. We're taking a quick single here. That'll be out, and it is out. More fantastic fielding from Surrey, who have been superb both today and across the season. And Monaghan, those fast twitch muscles being put to use. A pick up and throw in her follow through, and Surrey have their 2nd wicket.
It's just brilliant cricket again from Surrey. That's the thing. And to be fair, Windsor played it really well. Good Yorker. Played it really well, but Monaghan is so quick to get to it, and then the throw, and Villiers run out, and she just played that wonderful shot for 6 as well. But Kirstie, this is just everything we've talked about Surrey's out cricket.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's not forget, Monaghan has got about 3 yards on Villiers as well. So all she has to do, I say all she has to do, she's still got to adjust her body. She's still got to adjust the angle that she's running at. Swivel her hips to be able to throw all 3. Body in the air, but she does it really, really well. Maddie Villiers and Alice Monaghan in a foot race. I don't know who I'd put my money on, but when you've got a head start like that, Monaghan every day.
Well, Durham are 2 down here, and both wickets have been the result of fantastic kind of extracurricular work from Surrey. It's a fantastic catch at point first time around from Laura Harris, and Kirstie's absolutely right. The fact that Monaghan's had to run around the ball and adjust her body, pick up the ball cleanly one-handed, and throw the stumps down.
Bess Heath is the new batter, and Kalia Moore is into the attack for the first time to start the 6th over. Windsor again there, looking to play that off the back foot. Kalia Moore with the first wicket. Oh, she's almost picked up her second there. Caught and bowled chance. I'm not sure if it carried. Windsor has looked to punch that off the back foot. She's dived to her left. I'm wondering whether that may have got to her on the half volley. Great effort off her own bowling. Windsor's ramping now. Ooh, well, I'm not sure she's got much on this. I think that's more hit Kira Chatley behind the stumps. Yeah, buys the signal. And that'll be one more to the total. And Bess Heath comes on to strike. The other thing with Monaghan there, if we watch it again at some point, with the delivery, she put her hand to her head, thinking she got under Windsor's bat, and still then reacted to the fact that she had a run-out chance. It was a brilliant bit of work. It really was. Bess Heath's first delivery. Well, she's looking to reverse, and again, it just hits Kira Chatley behind the stumps, and this will be another bye. So a couple of byes in this over so far. But yeah, really interesting when you see that again, that run-out of Maddie Villiers. Monaghan's almost disappointed that the Yorker didn't work, and then she realises, oh, got a run-out chance here. And that shot from Windsor has struck Heath at the non-striker's end. It just ricochets away, and Windsor will pick up a single. So good over this from Kalia Moore. Just one single off the bat, couple of byes. Final ball of the 6th. Reversing again is Heath. Just hits Kira Chatley once more. Run away down towards the fine leg boundary. Good chase from Danny Gregory. Was a bit of bat in that one. So Heath gets herself off the mark with a couple. 6 gone. End of the power play. And Kirstie, I don't think Surrey will be too upset with that.
I don't think.
Because as I say, they look a bit frenetic at the moment, don't they?
Yeah, I don't think Surrey will be upset with that at all. I think they'll be disappointed with their discipline with ball in hand. But in terms of where they're standing, I think Durham, frenetic is absolutely the word. They look like a team that knows that they have to pile on runs in the power play, otherwise they're going to be chasing their tails. So there's a lot of work for Durham to do now to get themselves to a respectable total.
Rhiannon McDonald-Gay back into the attack to bowl the 7th over. As Windsor's down the pitch, got an edge on this. Yep, caught behind. And that sort of sums up the frenetic nature of all of this. Has walked down the pitch there. It's good bowling from McDonald-Gay. Saw her coming. Banged it in. And Windsor's still trying to play the shot. Was off her feet. Thin outside edge. Kira Chatley does the rest. And Durham, Cameron, have a little bit of a problem at the moment at 42 for 3.
Well, it's a continuation of that short ball ploy from Surrey. They've had that fielder out in the deep. They've been very happy to get cut for one. And Durham haven't been able to capitalise on the short balls on offer. We see the same plan again. This time just a little feather through to Kira Chatley. Loud enough for McDonald-Gay to not even bother looking behind. Arm up in the air in celebration. Oh, Surrey are well in control of this fixture.
They very much are. And I think now from a Surrey perspective, it's try and shut this down completely. Because Durham, Kirstie's bang on here. Their whole chat will have been, right, we have got to put a big total on the board. And if they continue like this, they might not bat their 20 overs. They've just got to calm down a bit here, Durham. They really have. McDonald-Gay then 1 for 5 in her second over. And Heather Graham is the new batter. Waiting for her first delivery. Bowled. She's on a hat-trick. Graham has played down completely the wrong line there. Possibly nipped back a touch on her. But all of a sudden, McDonald-Gay is on a hat-trick. Heather Graham's gone first ball. And, well, Kirstie, This is exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't expect that to happen, but now, if you are Surrey, you are right on top of Durham.
Yeah, that is a fantastic ball, and that is what Rhiannon McDonald-Gay is absolutely capable of doing when she hits her length. Just have a look at this. It's just tailed in and continued to follow in off the seam. That's taken the top of middle stump. Heather Graham, I don't think she really knows how that's got through the gap, but it certainly has. Don't look at the wicket.
You know what they always say, young Cameron?
What do they say,
Hit
Mark
the
Church?
top of off. And that's
It's a good
exactly
plan,
what she's done there. Hit the top of off, and she's on a hat trick now. So Mia Rogers is out there in the middle on a hat trick. So this will be interesting. Don't go off what you just did. As McDonald-Gay is in. Oh, and she hasn't, but it's well played by Rogers. Came down the pitch, got to the pitch of it, pushes it out into the offside. But McDonald-Gay 2 in 2. It is the most perfect evening for T20. Good crowd in. I wander back here, and there's a lot of people around the ground tonight, all basking in the May sunshine. Rogers drives. Good looking shot this. Out towards Schofield. He shies at the stumps, and they'll get through for the single. Rogers is off the mark, and Heath will come on to strike. Well, it's cooled down a little bit, because yesterday was officially
Yeah?
the hottest day ever
Goodness
in
me.
May. Yeah.
I was hoping you were just going to end the sentence there. It was the hottest day ever.
I think that's still
felt
to
like
come. I think it's still to come. As Heath turns this one into the leg side. And this is a terrific over from McDonald-Gay. 2 in 2. Just one single off it. In the 7th over, 43 for 4, Durham. And they have a bit of an issue on their hands at the moment. But I think Heath and Rogers have to take a little bit of time here. Can't keep just playing shots. It's nicely turned. This will be a single into the leg side, but what a fantastic over that is. Just a couple of runs off it, 2 in 2. And the other thing 2 in 2 does, Kirstie, is it gets the crowd fully involved, doesn't it? Because whenever there's a hat-trick delivery, everybody gets very excited.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's worth noting there that Rhiannon McDonald-Gay has bowled 2 overs, 2 for 7, and 4 of those have come from wide. So there's only been 3 runs off the bat. The rest are dots and wickets. And speaking of the crowd,
Oh, doesn't it look lovely, eh? What it's all about. May evening. Good T20 cricket. Drink in your hand with your friends. Warm enough to still get a tan.
It's perfect.
Perfect.
What else could you want, Mark?
Absolutely perfect. Danny Gregory back into the attack to bowl the 8th over from the pavilion end. Heath on strike. That's very short from Danny Gregory, but she'll get away with it because Heath just balled it straight to short fine. And Kalia Moore does the fielding. Do we know who our disc jockey is tonight?
I can't say I do. It's a very fine one, though.
Excellent. Very good on Friday. Very, very good on Friday. Long old day for them, though, with the double header. As looking to turn into the leg side as Heath hits the pads, rolls away. I noticed there was quite a lot of mashing up taking place on Friday. It's a technical term when you spin the wheels of steel. As single here for Heath into the leg side.
Do you have any favourites? Any favourite mashups of yours?
I noticed that there were a couple of my favourite songs that had a more upbeat tone to them.
How did that make you feel?
Very good. I was on my feet for quite a lot of both games, I have to say. I was quite a big fan of when all of a sudden we had Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone from Top Gun.
Oh, yeah.
That came from nowhere. Played again off the back foot, nicely bowled by Gregory. It does look like Rogers and Heath are just going to take a little bit of time here. Can't take too long, but just got to try and suss out this pitch and this Surrey bowling attack. Driving is Rogers, and we'll get a single down towards long off. One more to the total. Rogers 2 now. But yes, and I enjoyed it. But I do think at a double header, it's a long old day for the disc jockey. It really is. Got to bring a lot of vinyl.
Well, I think they're used to quite long hours, and it's quite very social hours as well. A double header, start in the afternoon rather than kind of starting a set at 10:30 at night,
Yes.
going on into the wee hours.
But I don't know what Kirstie thinks, but if you start in the afternoon, it's a different type of vibe, isn't it? By the evening, and that's where I was impressed with the mashups.
At what point does the Grease Megamix fall into the day into night?
Yes,
Nice,
Nighttime.
definitely nighttime.
Yeah, fair enough.
You don't want to go early with that.
You can't, no. You
No.
can only play it once.
Absolutely. So 8 overs gone, 47 for 4. Monaghan's back into the attack to bowl the 9th. Nice thing tonight is there is a breeze, so it's going left to right across the ground. So going from the gasometer side of the ground to Archbishop Tennyson's. And Monaghan straight away up on the toes of Heath. Plays this away into the leg side. Again, good fielding, gets the throw away very quickly. Even if it's not that accurate, if it's in the air, it always makes a batter just rethink whether they're going to come back for 2, and that was in the air very quickly. Bryony Smith is bringing up a deepish mid-wicket to the edge of the circle and dropping a 3rd in now for Rogers. Rogers using her feet here, but it's well bowled again from Monaghan. Right up on her toes once more. Just trying to get to the pitch of this is Rogers. This innings is completely stalled now from a Durham perspective. Rogers has faced the 5 deliveries for her 2. Heath has faced 9 deliveries for her 6. Short ball, Rogers pulls nicely out towards deep mid-wicket. Now don't take on 2 here. They are going to take on 2 here, and they're safely home. Just slipped, I think, a touch there, as letting the ball go there. McDonald Gate out there on the edge of the square. So 2 more to Rogers. 50 is up for Durham, but it's been hard work.
A peculiar thing that the Durham players will be having to deal with at the moment is the fact that the shadow's coming right across the wicket and cutting the track in half. 2 different, one's at night time, one's in the day.
That swings. It's nicely played by Rogers. That's a lovely shot from Rogers. Pure timing. That's going to run away to the boundary rope for 4. Just swung back in at her late, but she drove that beautifully through the covers for 4. Very nicely played by Rogers. Not a bad ball at all, but again, she's sort of staying on that back foot. But that was beautifully timed away to the boundary rope for 4. Rogers' first boundary, our first boundary in a while actually. Short again from Monaghan. This is pulled straight up to mid-on. Alice Davison-Richards does the fielding. And there is no run. I just heard out of the corner of my ear, right ear, Kirstie asking a very good question, which is this the same pitch that was used on Friday? Yes, it is. So, good pitch. We saw that on Friday. Unlike what I saw at Lord's on Sunday, it wasn't the best pitch you're ever going to witness a T20 doubleheader at. As this is short, cut away by Rogers, down towards deep 3rd, and we'll pick up a single. End of the over. 9 gone. 55 for 4.
A couple of observations from me. It is the same pitch as Surrey played on Friday, but it seems to have got a little bit quicker, which is obviously a good thing for the Surrey bowlers. It's certainly getting through, and the spinners are certainly rushing the Durham batters. Another thing to note as well is Surrey are about to start their 10th over, and the cut-off is at 7:46, so they have 40 minutes to bowl the next 11 overs. So they're absolutely rushing Durham through here, which means they only have 11 overs, and yet they're only 55 for 4. So Surrey have managed to take 4 wickets in that time, and still be bowling their 10th over at this point.
To be bowled by Alice Davidson-Richards. And the first delivery is tucked away into the leg side by Rogers. And they'll pick up a single. Yet that's the other thing I noticed on Friday, and I saw it from them in the T20 last year, is everybody knows exactly where they're going, how they're getting there at the end of each over. And actually Bryony Smith doesn't have to say a great deal, stood up at mid-off. It's all very businesslike from Surrey, as this is slapped by Heath up towards Bryony Smith at mid-off, who pulled out a run out on Friday night. This throw doesn't hit, and the dive from Heath anyway, and they'll pick up a single. But it is, Cam, they all know exactly where they're going. They know what the plans are, and as Kirstie just said, that enables you to really get quickly through your overs.
Well, they're playing like a very confident cricket team at the moment.
Short ball cut away through the offside out towards the sweeper on the cover rope, and they look as if they're enjoying it as well.
I'd enjoy it as well. Keep winning.
Yeah, there is that. I'm not sure you'd be pulling off some of the fielding that we've seen so far.
I'd be feeding off the confidence of my teammates' success.
And your game would improve.
Potentially.
Yes, well.
I like to bring everyone back down to ground.
Leg stump fullish length. Get a single with Heath. And towards Danny Gregory. But yeah, Durham will suddenly look at the scoreboard at the end of this and think, oh no, we're halfway through here. We've lost 4 wickets. We're only going to have about, 62 on the board, something like that. It's very good from Surrey at the moment. It really is. Oh, the moon's come out above the pavilion. It's a lovely sight on a clear blue sky. The moon's watching away. Davidson-Richards, slower, shorter delivery. I'm not sure that came out quite right from Alice Davidson-Richards, but it's worked. And it'll just be a single.
Oh, she looked very sheepish.
Yeah, she certainly did.
She trotted away. She still looks a bit sheepish from afar.
Yeah, she does. She looks like she was just running away from the scene of the crime there to the top of her mark. Alice Davidson-Richards. So the final ball of the 10th over. Then we will hit the halfway point of this Durham innings. Heath has picked this up, swings it away, 1 bounce for 4. So just off that last ball of the over, just drifting onto the pads, and that's nicely picked up and put away. So halfway point, 64 for 4. But this is a nice shot, just picked up and helped on its way, 1 bounce for 4.
Yeah, this Surrey team, they just are full of, well, they're just oozing with confidence, aren't they? Confidence, class, and courage as well. To try things and be brave, and put into, practice what they've been doing over the winter. There's nothing that's not been thought of. Everything has a clear plan. They're so well organised. Every single player understands what the goal is every ball and what their individual role is to make sure that is a success.
Well, we're going to have Danny Gregory switching ends and coming from the Vauxhall end. That's cut away powerfully. Should just be 1 out to the deep, and it is.
It was very nice to see, wasn't it, that some of the kids have made their own Surrey signs there.
Got to do your homework before you come down to the Oval,
Very
Kia
nice.
Oval.
Yep. Go Surrey on that sign.
I remember working a competition a couple of years ago, and Matt Short was one of the players who was on the team I was working for, Australian Matt Short. And a sign had been made for him. Should be 1 more run, protection out in the deep, by a kid which said, "No boundary is too short for Matt."
Oh, that's very good.
It almost, because what that actually means is there's no boundary in the world Matt Short can clear.
Ah, yes, no. Yeah, yeah. But
like I got the idea of it.
Yes, and I think to even think of that,
Yes, it's a wonderful
very good.
piece of mental arithmetic. That's maths normally, but
It's-
mental dexterity. That's the
What's-
phrase I was looking for.
Yes, none of which I have. Again, though, looking to play the spinners off the back foot the whole time here, Durham. Haven't seen anybody really come down the pitch at the spinners.
Well, we're just having a tweak to the field. Bryony Smith has moved to short fine leg. Monaghan's now at mid-on, sweeping the deep adjusted as a result. So heaved out to the leg side. That'll be 4. Well played by Rogers. Has found a gap to the right of mid-off. More out on the boundary. That did seem to be quite a large angle that the Durham batter could work with. Almost popped the ball into the leg side. No one had a chance of stopping that.
Yeah, it's a good shot. Just got to the pitch of that and whipped it leg side.
We have another change. Deep square leg has come into the ring now. I haven't quite seen what's prompted the change elsewhere. Cut again. Has to be smart work in the deep by Spence. Danny Gregory's directing traffic here. You've got fielders running all over the shop at the moment. Deep square leg for Bess Heath goes back out. It's potentially more likely to sweep, so mid-off is in the ring. And there we see a reverse. But almost plays it too well in the end. Gets enough bat on it that no run is possible. 11 overs gone. 71 for 4. Kirstie, what were your... Heard you muttering about field settings across those 6 balls.
Well, yeah, I was very confused about the field set actually, because there was no long on, and actually while they are playing off the back foot to Danny Gregory, her line is full enough that actually to be able to play off the back foot and square is a really difficult shot. For me, I would have always had that long on out. We haven't seen anyone sweeping, and I think actually on this deck a sweep's a bit of a risky shot because it is fast. It's got the opportunity to slide under the bat. So I think just being a little bit more proactive with those fields and actually having the 2 out down the ground and then your sweepers either side, probably the better option for me anyway.
Well, we're going to have McDonald Gay back into the attack. 2 for 7 off 2 overs so far. Has bowled brilliantly. Had that double strike 2 and 2 balls. There's another dot ball here. So worth remembering as well that 4 of the runs she's conceded, at least 4, was in her first over and they're all wides. So she's only conceded 3 runs off the bat. I'll just double check my maths there. Yes, indeed. It's been 4 wides in total.
And she's bowled 17 deliveries.
So pretty much unhittable so far. There's another dot ball. You're almost seeing those red ball skills on show from McDonald Gay, which saw her called into that test squad a couple of years ago, especially for the delivery, that clean bowled Heather Graham.
And with the wides, it was swinging just too much.
That's pulled straight up into the air. Should be out. Is out. The McDonald Gay masterclass continues. 3 wickets for her this evening. Just the 7 runs conceded, only 3 of which have come off the bat. And Durham, well, their evening of trouble continues. 71 for 5.
Well, it's just very good bowling, isn't it? Because she's gone too full of length. Just held that one back in the pitch. And it's just gone straight up in the air from the pull shot from Rogers, and a very simple catch from Kira Chatley. But you described it perfectly there, Cam. This is an absolute masterclass from McDonald Gay. I just wonder as well whether, with the ball swinging, whether she's just gone cross seam. Just looking here now, that was definitely cross seam into the pitch, and I'm just wondering whether she just took any swing out of the equation really and just worked out what length she wanted to bowl. So it's really good stuff from McDonald Gay. It really is, and yeah, it is a masterclass this at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say as well. I think she's gone cross seam, and with the cross seam it actually gives you a bit of that tennis ball bounce, takes the sting out of the delivery where she does rush you, and it's actually climbed and she's topped it. You're absolutely spot on there, Churchy.
The other thing I've noticed is the Durham pads are very bright yellow, aren't they? They really are.
Oh, how's that? Given 2 and 2 for a second time this evening. Grace Thompson comes and goes. And McDonald Gay, well, just when you think it can't get any better for the Surrey all-rounder, it does. She's on a hat-trick for the second time this evening. And you wouldn't bet against her taking it.
Yeah, great bowling. Again, great bowling. Again. Again, there's no sighter for Thompson at all. And she's just bang on the money again. And for the second time, she's on a hat-trick.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, how many opportunities do you get to be on a hat-trick in the season, let alone twice in a game?
Out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is out. That's not missing anything. And it's just very, very good bowling. And you know, for Thompson, you're just hoping for something you can have a look at first up. But right on her toes, coming back at her. So, another chance of a hat-trick. You don't often get two chances in a game.
Well, she's never taken a 5-wicket haul in T20 cricket. But here she comes on a hat-trick for the second time this evening. Turner on strike. Short. Goes through to Kira Chatley. I was going to say it feels like an anticlimax, but it doesn't. It's 5 balls bowled, 0 runs scored, 2 wickets taken. You see that seam movement again, and just from the arm. There's a short pitched ball. That's just following the right-hander. 6th and final ball of the over. A wide slip in place. Driven to cover for no run. So a double wicket made in the 12th over of a T20 innings. McDonald Gay has been nothing short of perfect this evening. Durham, well, they're 71 for 6. Kirstie White, what have you made of that woman on screen now?
Well, she's bowled every delivery available in her armoury today, and we just saw that last delivery. She doesn't hide it at all. She's signposted that she's going to bowl a knuckleball, and she's just bowled it absolutely beautifully. Whether the batter can see that as she's running in is a different thing, but she's been phenomenal as she has been. Let's not forget as well, this is her 3rd game back returning from injury, and it's like she's not been away. She's certainly not rusty at all.
Well, Kalia Moore from the pavilion end. Another bowling change. That's well played by Bess Heath, just to slap that ball out into the deep for a single.
Just trying to think, there can't be too many T20 games where there's been one bowler who's been on a hat-trick twice.
This one we need Samo
Yeah.
in the room.
He may be watching away at the moment. But
Test that spreadsheet of his.
of course, we've had hat-tricks in T20, but I can't remember anybody being on a hat-trick twice.
Well, she's got another over to go yet, so full. Turner drives that into her own foot. No run.
Very good from Surrey. It's what we were saying probably 6 overs ago. Just shut this innings down now, and that's exactly what they're doing.
That's a beautiful cricket shot from Turner to get off the mark. Just the one run. I tell you what, something I've noticed from Surrey, it must be the confidence everyone's got from those couple of direct hits they had against Lancashire, is everyone is absolutely fizzing the ball in on every occasion. More the victim on that occasion, because Bryony Smith's throw almost took her out. Short, pulled up to long on for just the single.
Yeah, I like seeing that. I like seeing that aggression with the throw. Because you do notice it as a batter. I think that the ball's being fizzed back in at you.
And there you go again. Paige Schofield lasering the ball at the stumps. And Bess Heath, well, she was never going to be run up, but she had to make sure. She had to have an extra kind of skip in her step just to make sure she got back. To your point of the batters knowing that their opposition are on here. Lifted. Has gone into the gap perfectly. It'll just be 2 runs. Well, Sophia Turner has got an incredibly elegant 3 off 6 here. The strike rate's only 50. But she's been using her feet against the spin on every occasion presented. 13 overs gone, 76 for 6. Will we see McDonald Gay immediately again? Kirstie White, an answer before you see Alice Davison-Richards take off her cap.
I'm gonna go no. No, I was wondering at what point, and if actually now, we will see Bethan Miles, who's on debut today, left arm spinner. Opted for that extra option just with bowlers, so that they've got just more than 5 bowlers should something not quite go to plan today. Got the nod ahead of Ailish Cranston. So it'll be interesting to see what these back 7 overs look like now.
That's a good point to keep an eye out for Miles. That's pulled into the leg side. Will it land safe? Yes. It's Monaghan in the deep, diving around as per usual.
It wouldn't be a bad time for Miles to come in and have a bowl now.
Well, we haven't seen too much of Davison-Richards across the season. She is one of 5 bowlers who have bowled so far, so if this ball innings goes the distance, unless Miles is brought on, ADR will have to bowl her full allotment. Cuts powerfully in front of square. They come back for 2. They'll have to get their skates on here. That's out.
Oh.
Not out. Davison-Richards has missed the stumps. And a wave of apology out to her cover fielder.
Yep, great bit of fielding, and the throw is spot on. And Alice Davison-Richards has sort of no look tried to take the ball back to the stumps and missed.
A pair of 2s to start the 14th over. 6 runs. A bit of a top edge from Bess Heath. Davison-Richards just lost her line. Pushed it down the leg side, and Heath has followed it round the corner. And it's trickled. Dropped even. Just over the boundary rope by, I don't know, 6 to 12 inches.
It's a good bat.
It's a 6.
It is.
There you go.
Well done. Excellent.
It's nice to know
I
you've
wonder
got
if
all
you
the signs.
prepared that or suddenly wrote that when saw it was in the air.
I hope they've got one for each possible occasion. That's driven, pulled incredibly powerfully, well fielded in the deep by Monaghan. She must have one of the best throws in the game as well, because it's a long way out to cow corner tonight. She's fizzed that in on the bounce. I'm looking forward to seeing the it's a leg by sign.
Yeah, well, I'm just wondering if that young lady is so quick on her writing that as she sees what's happening, she quickly puts it on the whiteboard.
Oh, quick from Davison-Richards. That's fielded by Bethan Miles. On debut at short third.
It's a good over this for Durham. It's their best over of the innings so far. 12 off it. So, good over for them at this stage.
Well, I'm invested in seeing Miles getting a bowl now.
Yeah. I
That's
think it's
the
a
main
good time. I
storyline.
think it's a good time for her to bowl.
Slight field change on the offside. We have a deep extra cover in place now. You see that very full delivery from Davison-Richards. The back of the hand, slower ball. 14 overs gone, 88 for 6.
Such has been the nature of Surrey's bowling that, without sounding, well, I'm trying not to offend anyone, but I'd completely forgotten that Bess Heath was batting. She's a dangerous batter. Is now striking over 100, but wasn't up until the boundary and the couple of 2s that she picked up in that over. I think that speaks volumes with the intent behind Surrey's bowling and the clear plans that they've had.
Yeah, and I think it also says to us that Surrey bowled extremely well, because that's what you've been watching. Here you are, young Cam, you're getting your way.
Right on cue, Miles on debut from the Vauxhall end. 3 fielders out in the deep on the leg side, so she has protection in place. And it's a no ball to start. Just get the nerves out of your system.
Yeah, she's bound to be a bit nervous here, but if you're going to want a good time to have a bowl, this is it now, I think. Because Durham will look to target her, There's no doubt about that whatsoever.
So because the single was taken, the field is allowed to change for the free hit. And we have a long off in place. Cover pointers come up, so important for Miles to get it nice and full. Well bowled. Just the one run will be taken into the leg side. And that should just mean confidence grows a tiny bit. Held your length for the first time. Beautifully bowled. Bowled? It's hard saying words sometimes.
One of the two. That was a lovely piece of bowling. Gave it a bit of air, gave it a chance. Almost got her first wicket there, but the inside edge saving Turner.
Well bowled again from Miles. Or just drifting in towards the right-hander. Unusual. That's kind of left arm, so it almost comes around the offside of the ball. As the ball angles in to the right-hander. That's pulled up towards long on. It's going okay so far for Miles. Just the 5 runs off her 4 legal deliveries.
Well, the best bit about this is she's giving it a chance and she's getting some drift here as well, as you said.
Lifted. That should just be 1 run. Miles, 22 years old. Played on a number of occasions, regularly across the 2024 season for the South East Stars. This is her debut for Surrey. There's every chance with Chatterjee and all the England players and a number of internationals being away at the World Cup that she might get a run of games here. Switch hit. Powerfully hit, but to the field in the ring. The ball's fizzed into Kira Chatley. So well done, Beth Miles. 6 runs conceded from her first over for Surrey, and after 15, it's 94 for 6.
Yeah, she brings something a little bit different to the spin attack that's on display today. Both Callia Moore and Danny Gregory are quite flat, fast bowlers, but Bethan Miles obviously allows the ball to drift in the air, bowls a little bit slower, which means she can get a little bit more purchase off the surface as well. So it's good to see her get that first over out of the way in the professional game.
Yeah, and she'll feel better for that as well. Get that out the way, and it was a tidy first over. Now, McDonald Gay to bowl her last over with these figures of 4 for 7. Starting the 16th over. That's well bowled. Turner can only play this one back up the pitch. Turner, as Cameron said, it's been a very elegant 7, this, from Turner. Might be better advised just getting a single and getting Heath on strike, but it's been a very elegant 7 runs so far. This is a leading edge. Oh, she's done it. What a catch again from Laura Harris. Terrific catch away to her left from the leading edge, and it's 5 for McDonald Gay. 5 for 7. A 5-wicket haul in T20, and she's going to come out of this with ridiculous figures. But what a catch again from Harris. Off the leading edge from Turner, and flung herself to her left, this time two-handed. And McDonald Gay, 3.2 overs, 5 for 7. The celebrations themselves are interesting, I have to say. But Turner gone for 7, but we'll see this catch again. Genuine leading edge, looking to go leg side. Great catch.
Well, that one's even better for me. We've seen 2 spectacular catches from Laura Harris tonight. One with one hand, the second with 2. But moving across to her left, the ball's gone at pace. McDonald Gay has been bowling fantastically well this evening. Just a genuine leading edge that's flown to backward points left. 5 for 7 for McDonald Gay, her first ever 5-wicket haul in T20 cricket.
And it's been a brilliant one. And look, if she does what she's done already, I hate to say this for Johnson, Trudy Johnson, she'll be out first ball here, because that's what has happened the previous time she's taken a wicket. She's followed it up straight away with another one. Oh, has she here? Yes, she has. Well, this is remarkable. Bowled Trudy Johnson first up, and for the third time in this game, she's on a hat-trick. We have got a full moon. We are all seeing into the future. And I hated to say that to Trudy Johnson, but it's what she's done. She's now on a hat-trick for the third time. She has figures of 6 for 7. We'll be diving headfirst into record books soon, because these must be up there as the best T20 figures, I would have thought. And Kirstie, this is remarkable stuff.
Third time's a charm, surely. I mean, we thought it was too good to be true, but this is, if I just bowled at the stumps, it's easy. Just hit the wickets. As a batter coming in, you've got to be thinking, I'm at risk here. I'm facing Rhiannon McDonald-Gay, and she's just taken a wicket. All I've got to do is get bat on ball, but
It must be third time lucky, surely.
it's like a honing radar.
This is the only time I've ever seen it that somebody has been a chance of a hat-trick for the third time in a T20 game.
Well, the best figures in Blast history
Mhm.
is Colin Ackerman's 7 for 18 for Leicestershire. We've got 3 balls left. Durham only have 2 balls left. McDonald-Gay has a chance of finishing this innings with 8.
Yep. An 8 for. This is the hat-trick ball. Oh, and she's gone past the outside edge, and it wasn't too far away from that off stump. Ooh. But she's still got 2 deliveries remaining. This is a remarkable spell of bowling. Oh my goodness, that's not far away, is it? It's a very good hat-trick delivery. And Filer staying on the back foot. This one's hitting the pads. That'll run away down towards the 5-leg boundary rope. This will be 4-leg buys. So not off the bat, but off the...
Oh, giving us runs.
Oh, bit of bat on it. Bit of bat on it. Filer's not sure, but she'll take them. And, well, that just slightly ruins these figures. I'm not sure there was much bat on that, to be honest with you. But there we are. It's been given as runs for Filer.
I think McDonald-Gay had a slightly playful complaint to Lauren Filer, who sheepishly apologised for ruining her figures ever so slightly.
That's well played by Filer. What a spell of bowling from McDonald-Gay. She will finish with figures of 6 for 11. She's been on a hat-trick, Kirstie, 3 times. That's 4 overs, 1 maiden, 6 for 11.
I bet she's gutted that the World Cup squad's already been picked, and probably knocking on Lottie's door just to say, if anyone is feeling a little bit sore, I'm just here, just to let you know. Also, if I'm Lauren Filer, I'm thinking, I cannot wait to bowl on this wicket.
I was thinking exactly the same thing there. I was thinking exactly the same thing. So, miles it will be. 17th over. And coming in, left arm around the wicket. To Heath. She's reverse sweeping, and she's got her first wicket. Because it's gone straight to her captain, Bryony Smith. And this gets better and better and better for Surrey. And Miles has her first wicket as a pro for Surrey. And Bess Heath, I feel a bit for Bess Heath here. She had to try something, but just reverse sweeping, and it's looped straight to Bryony Smith at cover. And we are rapidly coming towards the end of this Durham innings. 98 for 9. They are, and they are in grave danger here of not batting their 20 overs. But Miles will, wow, she'll always remember that.
Such a wonderful moment for the spin bowler. It's been such a wonderful evening for Surrey. 98 for 9, Durham. McDonald-Gay's been nothing short of spectacular. We think that outside of women's, well, associate cricket, associate international cricket. We think those are the best ever women's T20 bowling figures ever.
Levick, the new batter and the final batter for Durham, looking to sweep and getting a little bottom edge on that. Didn't go anywhere, and there's no run. Well, it wouldn't surprise me.
We're putting that at the hands of our producer / leader, John Surtees.
All right, if it's wrong, blame him. That's what you're saying there, Cam.
Yeah,
but I would be
credit.
amazed if there's anything better than that. Levick's off the mark with a single, as Filer will come on to strike. So 99 for 9. Miles is in, and Filer is nicely played, just opens the face, guides this down towards deep third. Back goes Laura Harris, who's set all of this up with that catch to get Surrey going. But that is the 100 up for Durham. It has been hard work, this, for Durham. It really has. And of course Surrey will have to chase these runs down as Miles a full toss driven by Levick. And it'll just be a single, but with this Surrey batting lineup, again, what you have to say is Filer becomes the absolute key again here from a Durham perspective.
I can see a world where Filer bowls 4 of the first 8 overs.
I think she might have to, as that's down the leg side, gone stumped. Brilliant from Kira Chatley. Has it been given wide? But no, got back. I thought Kira Chatley had pulled that one out the bag there. Wide's the signal. We'll see it again now. Oh, it was just getting that bat down in time.
Well, I think for the second time this evening, that set of stumps has been missed by a Surrey player.
This is swung, leg side, high in the air and gone. Taken by Alice Davidson-Richards. Miles has her second wicket. They don't bat their 20 overs. They haven't even got to the end of the 17th here, Durham, and they are all out for 102. And that is off exactly 17 overs. It'll be 103 for Surrey. Miles have finished for 2 for 10. But I'm pretty sure I know here, Kirstie, who will lead Surrey off.
Yes, well, there was a slight change in the top of the order in the last game. But yes, Bryony Smith, absolutely. We saw Bryony Smith open with Alice Davidson-Richards, and a change of personnel. There was Kira Chatley at the top of the order. But I think they'll just maybe just go about this run chase slightly carefully, being cautious of...
What I meant by that was who will lead Surrey off now?
Oh, apologies.
No, I didn't put it... yes, there we are. That we're seeing this now.
Well, yes,
look,
okay.
It's no great surprise, is it? With figures of 6 for 11, yes. And I think she might get hugged by everybody as she makes her way up the steps. It might take her a while to get back into the dressing room, but that has been a remarkable performance from
Absolutely.
Day, hasn't it?
She's going to be very busy after the game with lots of post-match interviews, I'm absolutely certain. And what she'll be hoping as well is she can just put her feet up and watch the rest of the team finish the job.
Well, there's that sorry-looking scorecard, really, from a Durham perspective. Bess Heath, the top scorer there with 28. They just never got going. And the other thing to remember with McDonald Gay, on a hat-trick 3 times. So every time she took a wicket, she followed it up very next ball with another one. And that was always going to be tough for Durham to recover from. So here are those bowling figures, and they're right at the top. McDonald gave 4 overs, 1 maiden, 6 for 11. Kalia Moore, very tidy figures there as well. And then Beth Miles at the bottom, 2 for 10 off a couple of overs. So I'm not sure, Cam and Kirstie, that could have gone any better, really, from a Surrey point of view.
No, I think Surrey maybe, if they could have bowled them out for under 100, would have taken that as well. I think that would have made it the ultimate performance. But no, I think, you know, that if you're looking at it from a performance in terms of bowling a team out, absolutely, I don't think you can ask for much more inside 20 overs.
And I think as well, remember, the catch that Laura Harris took to get it started. Then she took another absolute beauty, didn't she, off the leading edge. So again, their out cricket has been very, very good. Surrey and Durham are going to need a miracle here, aren't they? They're going to need they'll need Filer to come in, and I think you're right. I think Filer might have to bowl 4 off the top. I think they might have to bowl 4 off the top, because if they try and leave some overs at the back end for her, I think the game will be done.
Well, we're going to need Lauren Filer to bowl almost identically to how she bowled here earlier on in the year. She's been released from the England squad to be able to play in this fixture. She's not been part of that first choice 11 for England's T20 side. It is going to be Filer or bust, you suspect, because you'll need something incredibly dramatic and spectacular to happen.
Well, absolutely, and I think as well from a Durham point of view, and it was nothing against Maddie Vidders is a lovely bowler as well, but Filer's your point of difference, and there is going to be absolutely no point Durham leaving some overs at the back for Filer. She basically needs to pile in and knock over at least 3 in the power play, I would have thought, from a Durham perspective. I'm looking forward to watching her bowl again, because I thought she was brilliant in the 50 over game. Absolutely brilliant in the 50 over game.
That was her first 5 wicket haul, I think, in domestic cricket as a whole, which I remember was a surprising stat out of that fixture. McDonald Gay's got her first 5 wicket haul now 6 wicket haul now tonight. We go toe to toe, and we might even see some spectacular captaincy from Holly Armitage. She does get creative often.
I think she's going to need
3 slips, 2 gullies.
I think she's going to need to tonight. I do enjoy it, the half-time entertainment. I do enjoy watching the tennis balls being fired out the bowling machine from the balcony, and then a poor small child trying to take a catch that's swirling above them. There were some quite good ones on Friday, I noticed. There were a couple of gentlemen who were dressed as octopuses as well. I think they'd come in fancy dress, that were doing the high catches. They're pretty tough, these, aren't they? They are very tough. They're almost at sort of international standard with these high catches this evening. But, not easy.
A tennis ball out of a bright blue sky, swirling around in this wind, challenging. I'm very worried about the ball on the ground, and can see an ankle rolling any minute.
There is a young man down there who's doing his level best. It's good from Emily Windsor. She's gone and picked that ball up in between. I think there's more chance of them heading it at the moment than catching it.
It would be a peculiar catch. You'll never... If you're catching a ball that's been hit by a batter, famously, the batter is on the ground. So the ball gets hit up and then it comes down. But this is being fired from a great height.
From a great height. And it is certainly being fired this evening. It looks as if the speedo's gone up a touch as well. Just a few more thoughts from you, Kirstie, on McDonald Gay there. And okay, she's had her injury problems. Great to see her back. But what impressed me the most with that, the 6 wickets, brilliant. But her first over, where the ball was swinging and almost too much, and then she readjusted everything. And the other thing that's so impressive is, took her wicket, but then next ball, no sight of nothing, straight on the money again. Exceptional stuff from her, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think that just is testament to how well she knows her own game. The first over that she's bowled, she'd probably want to, want the world to swallow her up, really, bowling 4 wides, but being able to go away, regroup, and then come back in and bowl the way that she has is exceptional. And she just really understands every technical aspect of her game, every minor adjustment that needs to be made, and what the outcome will be from doing those tiny adjustments.
It's worth bearing in mind. So of the 11 runs she conceded, as Kirstie just said, 4 were from wide in her opening over, and the ball's swinging everywhere. And those 4 runs that were given off her bowling at the penultimate ball of her spell, I think
I
think
think
with a sneaky suspicion they may well have been given leg byes on another day. Goodness me, if she'd finished with 6 for 7 with just 3 runs off the bat. I mean, not every day is going to be like that for McDonald Gay. Do you know what always annoys me? What our professional cricketers say at this time? Don't want to get too high. Try not to get too high, too low. I think enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. Not just yet. You know, bat and have the chase first. Don't sort of start enjoying yourself in the half-time interview.
I'll be refusing to bat.
Yes,
I've done my job.
Yeah,
you guys do the rest.
And I think, again, what you saw there from Surrey was a very confident side that are enjoying each other's success and enjoying their cricket. But I'm going to be fascinated to see how Durham go about this, because look, if Surrey have a good power play, we're all going home early. We could all be going home halfway through the Surrey innings if they get off to a flyer in the power play.
We could, but it's also worth noting as well that in the 50-over competition here, Lauren Filer tore through Surrey's top order, and this wicket has been fantastic for bowlers today. So I'm really intrigued to see how Surrey are going to go about this, because that low total, it's that low-hanging fruit, isn't it? It's that, I can just, slash a little bit, and before you know it, they might be 3-4 wickets down.
I think that's the way they'll go at it, though. That's the Surrey. It
is the Surrey way,
brand.
Absolutely. It is, but have they been tested by a bowling unit
that's true.
with Lauren Filer in? Yeah, no, they haven't. So, I think it's going to be really interesting, because if Lauren can get off to a really good start here, the tables can turn quite quickly.
I think my biggest personal concern ahead of the Surrey innings is the chance we might not get to see Laura Harris bat. And that is what I tend to get myself down here to the Kia Oval for, is to watch one of the most entertaining cricketers in the world game try and hit every ball for 6.
Well, yeah, and look, if there's any width on offer, it's going to get punished. So, while I sit here and say Lauren Filer is a threat, which she absolutely is, if she gets her margins wrong, if any bowler gets their margins wrong, they will be punished, as were Surrey. Durham were trying to bat innovatively and use the back foot more to the spin to some success, but not quite able to produce the boundaries because Surrey was so tight with their lines and targeting the stumps.
It'll be interesting to see who Durham open up with to go with Lauren Filer. They've obviously got some spin options that they could go to if they chose to go that way. You've got Thompson in as a seamer as well.
Just looking at what Surrey, so in the game here on this pitch, and I know it wasn't Filer bowling, but Surrey was 66 for 1 at the end of the power play. So, if as I say, if they can do that sort of thing again, we're all going home early. But that wasn't against Filer. But the other thing is, with Filer's pace on this, if you do edge it, make sure you edge it hard and go after everything, because you've got a very good chance of the ball sailing over, no joke, sailing over third and going for 6. So I'm going to be really interested to see who opens as well, because they went Smith and Chatley here, and then they went Smith and Davis and Richards at Headingley. So it'd be very interesting to see who they open up with here. Probably the Surrey way is they'll go Smith and Laura Harris. It's sort of the Surrey way, isn't it?
That's the preferred option.
Yeah.
Of the left-hand side of the commentary box, anyway.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maddie Villiers took the new ball in Durham's opening fixture of the season alongside Trudy Johnson. Well, there we have our answer. Kira Chatley and Bryony Smith, the two leaders, the two skippers of the Surrey kind of 50. I was going to say squad, but it didn't sound quite right. Club. 50 over captain Kira Chatley and 20 over captain
They have
Bryony
to
Smith.
open the bowling with Filer here. They can't leave her back.
No, but I like this move to put Kira back into that opening slot with Bryony Smith, because in this 50 over fixture that was here, Kira Chatley took Filer on really well, and she really took her down. And I don't know Lauren Filer personally, but that will be in the back of her mind, that she cannot give any width, and therefore, that brings into play over pitching or then bowling too short. So I think this is going to be a really interesting matchup. I'd quite like to see Katie Levick bowl in the power play, because I think that could be a really dangerous option, spinning the ball away from the two right-handers.
So we wait to get going here. We'll only be a couple of minutes away. So a quick turn, well, always a quick turnaround. Only T20 fixtures, 10 minutes between innings.
Well, I have to say, Chatley and Bryony Smith, as always, look very relaxed there. They're waving now. They're waving to people in the crowd, I think. It's a great night for this, isn't it? And the other thing for McDonald Gay is she'd have been delighted to do this on an overcast evening with a bit of drizzle, but to do it on a night like this here.
The only standalone T20 of the year.
And with the weather perfect, the crowd are loving every minute of this. Someone's got their win £1,000 t-shirt as well there, so they'll be very happy with that. I'm not sure, do they all come in one size, or are there different sizes of the there are different. So if you get one that's too big for you, can you throw it back and ask for a smaller one? Ah, lovely. That's very nice, isn't it? Personally, I'd throw it back and ask for a smaller one.
I don't want this free t-shirt.
I don't want a free. If I'm going to get a free one, I want it to be the right size. So yeah, look, they do look very relaxed, don't they? Bryony Smith and Kira Chatley. Here we go then. This is, I think this is going to be fascinating how they go about this. And after this massive build-up, probably Filer won't even open the bowling, but I think she's got to, hasn't she?
You can guarantee that Filer will have the new ball in hand. I think you can guarantee this will be done by around the 10th or 12th over, one way or another. I mean, it'd be spectacular if Surrey lost by the 12th over. That'd be the most entertaining result possible.
Well, it would be even more entertaining if we got to the 20th over. But it would have taken a while to get there, but it would have to be a very strange set of circumstances for us to get to the 20th over.
I just think when opportunities present themselves in a group stage format to really boost your net run rate, you have to take it, because you can effectively manufacture yourself a point. You can give yourself a 2.5 point win, and you'll kind of get the leap on everyone else. That when something happens down the line, you're still just ahead. Or if you have an off day at the office for whatever reason, but you lose narrowly, you've still just got that bit of extra change in your pocket that you can call upon.
Yeah, it is going to be Filer from the Vauxhall end, and this was the end she did the damage in the 50 over game. I'm really looking forward to this. Tactically, this is going to be fascinating how they go about this.
So we have a slip in place for Filer. Two fielders out in the deep. All right, deep third and fine leg. It's going to be simple cricket. It's going to be fast bowling at the stumps. A beautiful bit of cricket first up from Kira Chatley, driven into the offside. A bit of shape from Filer. Just tailing back into the right-hander. Have a look at where Holly Armitage is at slip. Almost level pegging with her wicket-keeper, whether the keeper will creep forward. Bit of extra instructions. If it does come to her, it's going to come quickly. Short, goodness me. Lauren Filer's fallen over there, but that has swung dramatically back into Kira Chatley. Wow.
Well, she did this in the 50 over game, I remember. She did that early on in the 50 over game where effort ball, she's fallen over. She's played that beautifully, Kira Chatley. Kira Chatley has made that look very simple, but that was quick and it swung late.
I don't quite understand the physics of that ball there, because it was quite a short pitch delivery. It's almost seemed and swung after it's pitched. Oh, Bryony Smith's turn. Oof.
Yeah,
this looks nasty.
That's the way that she's going to go about it. Bryony Smith gave herself a little bit of room and looked as we were saying, if you're going to cut it as hard as you can. But again, that has gone late from Filer.
I'm really, really struggling to wrap my mind around how there's so much movement from a delivery that's pitched so short. I'm much happier to be standing up here watching this. Swing and a miss. Bryony Smith giving herself a bit of room again. That time that was fuller from Filer. The stumps were in play. And as simple and maybe over basic as it sounds, Surrey will be happy every single ball that ticks past and that Lauren Filer hasn't taken a wicket. So there's only 24 that she can bowl, and she's only got 20 left.
Do you like the thought, Kirstie, of Cam facing Lauren Filer and worrying
I
about the physics of that delivery?
I would be thinking about the physics.
I know you would. That's the bit
how
that
is it done
worries
that?
me. Not about how you're going to play the next one.
I wouldn't know how. I'd have worn about 3 in the chest by now, I reckon. Well, Holly Armitage is skipping around. We're having a field change. It looks like Slip is coming out and going into a catching cover. Oh, Bryony Smith this time goes for the pull shot. And it's not the prettiest of shots she'll ever play, but it gets her down the other end. So 1 ball to come in this eventful opening over. 2 runs scored.
Yeah, the impressive thing, the way Chatley played that delivery to get off the mark, was she had plenty of time. Because this is quick again from Filer.
Slip back in place for Chatley. Driven through that cover region where a fielder had just been positioned. But Chatley rises to the occasion. That's 4 runs, and after the first over, Surrey a 6 for no loss.
Yeah, an over of 2 halves really. I think Lauren Filer's plan here is just to continue to bowl her best ball, and it's a very clear plan. But in that, Surrey need to remember the value in good cricket shots, not throwing the kitchen sink at everything, and that there from Kira Chatley is just proof that actually if you just get on top of the ball, time the ball nicely, the outfield will do the rest. So hopefully a little bit of a regroup there, not just to get too far ahead of themselves. Katie Levick.
Well, Durham have turned to their most experienced bowler with such a meagre total to defend. They've gone to their big guns up top. Now, if I'm Bryony Smith or Kira Chatley here, I'm thinking, how can I get this ball to hit the boundary boards as quickly as possible? So maybe even Lauren Filer then can't swing the ball as much.
Again, you're thinking about physics.
Cuts. And that may well hit the fence. And Bryony Smith, ever the tactician, thought, you know what, I'm going to hit the ball for 4, because that'll be a good thing.
You and your physics. Nicely played by Bryony Smith. Just sat on the back foot and helped that one up and over the back of, or the top of backward point.
That wasn't far away from being identical to the first ball of the second over in the first innings, being caught at backward point.
Well, I'm not just making up that kind of boundary board phenomenon. There was during the men's Test series against West Indies a couple of years ago, one of the West Indian batters hit a 6 into the crowd, and England got the ball back, and they went, goodness me, look at this. This is going to reverse. And it was the most counterproductive 6 of all time. Down the leg side. Because all of a sudden England got it reversing, West Indies collapsed. And if they hadn't hit it for 6, they'd have been fine.
Well, yeah, as tactics go, not probably the best move.
I always think hitting 6 is a good idea. Out! A bit of a shuffle down the track from Bryony Smith. Beautifully bowled by Katie Levick. And that's just kissed the top of middle stump. And Durham, well, they need early wickets and they need lots of them. And that's their first. Surrey, 10 for 1.
Yep, well, she tossed it up there, gave it a chance. Bryony Smith has looked to go inside out. And it's, as you say, just kissed the stumps. And exactly what Durham would have been looking for. The only danger here, Kirstie, is, right, so Levick doesn't take wickets. You then relax against who's bowling from the other end, and Levick knows exactly what she's up to.
Yeah, and this is where the danger can lie for Surrey in terms of trying to go about things a little bit too quickly. kill the game. Kill the game. You don't need to chase bonus points until you know they're within reach. Get the job done. You've got all evening to bat if you want it. You can still continue to play your way. Be aggressive, be assertive. But, you know, don't lose sight of what the main goal is and what you're trying to achieve. And I think, you know, not to get too wide-eyed in terms of just chasing down that relatively small target.
Well, Davidson Richards in at number 3. Very technically sound player. Levick in again. It's beautifully bowled. Davidson Richards quick on her feet to get back to what was a pretty good length delivery.
Played very nicely on Friday night. 49 not out, wasn't she, at the end?
Picture perfect forward defence to bring the second over to a close. 10 for 1, Surrey. And now we wait and see whether Lauren Filer will get as much swing as she did in the first over.
Yeah, and I think what fascinates me is whether they just bowl Filer 4 off the top. I think they're going to have to, but we'll wait to see. Crowd are loving this, though. Look, the people in the best seat in the house there as well. It's nice down there. I almost went and sat there myself earlier today, but I thought I hadn't been invited, so I won't. But it's very comfy down there. There's a lovely sofa and comfy chair to watch the cricket in. Ooh.
Well, Filer on strike. Filer with ball in hand. Kiro Chatley on strike. That cover region is still vacant. Swing again.
Again, that swung very late. Quick again from Filer. It's a lovely piece of bowling. I'm trying to work out the physics of all of this, but I wasn't terribly good at physics, but I'm trying to work it out.
This time helped into the leg side. Lauren Filer's hit the deck again. More than anything, it's got to hurt. Cricket wickets are abrasive things, and they're hard as well. So if you fall over, it's going to be like skinning your knee in the playground.
Oh, that's what don't, because that makes me feel.
It's a horrible feeling. I just remember the heat in your hands when you fell over playing football at lunchtime.
Don't. I went to a little school where we stayed in shorts till we were about 13.
Oh no!
Oh, grazed knees all the time. Horrible. But yeah, she always gets up and doesn't look too bothered about it. But she does tumble quite a bit, doesn't she?
Well bowled. On the money straight away. Well played by Davidson Richards. Filer stays on her feet on this occasion. That'll be in the back of my mind every time I was running in. This could be about to hurt here. Are my spikes going to stick? Am I going to stay on my feet?
Well, I think she gives it so much effort that she just takes herself off her feet and tumbles down the wicket towards you.
Well, I wonder if it's one of those counterintuitive things that you have to go at 100%. Bowled. Beautiful. An absolute jaffer from Lauren Filer. She's been getting the ball to swing at pace for the entirety of her spell, and that was too good for Davidson Richards on this occasion. The England seamer, well, her team needs her to put on a show, and she started perfectly.
Just class. Absolute class, that. Late, quick, cracking length. And just hits the top of the middle stump. So this is exactly what they needed to do. But watch how late this ball goes and the length. Yeah, that's unplayable. That's just beautiful bowling from Filer. And that hits the top of the middle stump.
Look at Davidson Richards trying to understand the physics of that one.
Yeah, I think the only thing for me is just looking at where Alice Davidson Richards has set herself up, and actually she's quite deep in her crease, and with the ball that's swinging early on up front, I'd like to see that side-on angle if she's
because her trigger takes her back and across.
Well, that's the second time this season that Filer has clean bowled Davidson Richards, because that was the same dismissal in the 50 over game. So in that 50 over game, Filer clean bowled 3 Surrey batters, Davidson Richards, Paige Schofield, and the new batter on your screen now, Jemima Spence. So it's going to be a hell of a challenge for the young batter. 2 slips now in play and are kind of catching mid-on as well. Durham have put their chips on the table. And they're going all in. How's that? Sneaking down the leg side. Sneaking makes it sound like it was gentle. It's thundered into the back thigh of Jemima Spence. And the heart rate's going to be going for sure for Surrey's number 4.
Yeah, that's again just gone really late at pace. And Cameron is still trying to work out the physics of this.
Possible. It's delayed late swing. Well left by Jemima Spence, because that ball was tailing back in towards her stumps. Surrey are 11 for 2 after 3 overs. And well, we're going to have a very entertaining next 5 overs of cricket here, because I reckon you're going to keep Lauren Filer going all the way through here. It has been a trait of T20 cricket across the world, actually, that seamers will often bowl. Your best seamer will bowl at least 3 through the power play up top, because if the ball is going to swing, you might as well use it whilst you can. But Kirstie, would it prompt any potential change of strategy from the other end? Will Surrey be likely to be at all more attacking to Katie Levick, or is it a case of it's only 100 runs, sit tight?
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting scenario to be in, because I think, yeah, you have to anticipate that Filer's going to bowl all 4 up front. You can't die wondering, can you? Perhaps they'll want to come out of the power play and see where they get. But that's not the nature of how these play, as you've just seen from Kira Chatley.
Well, Chatley's gone for the scoopy ramp. I never really know which one that one is. And Jemima Spence has run brilliantly well to get back for 3. So in small chases such as this one, runs like that, extra little bits of runs are invaluable. And get Spence back on strike.
And this is where Surrey can take the game to Durham, and how they can build pressure in different ways that other teams we haven't seen do yet in the competition. They're going to have to find different ways to put Durham back under pressure when Filer's bowling as well as she is, and Levick seems to be hitting the spot every ball.
Well, the 2 fielders out in the deep square leg and deep mid wicket. Jemima Spence loves to reverse sweep. And there she goes immediately. First ball she's faced from the leg spinner. She switches her feet and gets herself 4 runs.
Yeah, very good bit of batting from Jemima Spence. Just gets herself into a great position to play that. Yeah, I think they have to look to be positive against anybody other than Filer and just try and get through her 4 overs.
I wonder if Spence goes again here. Not on this occasion. Lifts it up over long on. That's phenomenal batting. There's such big raps around Jemima Spence. People are very, very excited to see just how far she can go in the game. This is her first kind of full season in the first team. And it's for reasons like this, to have the touch to reverse sweep your first ball against the leg spinner, to then have the power to take them down the ground. And we're seeing Holly Armitage now having to react. Deep mid-wicket comes into the ring. Cover point goes out. And that's a win for Jemima Spence. To have a split field, it means that you've got areas on either side of the wicket to score runs in. And there's another sweep. Goodness me. Well, this is perfect batting. 3 balls, 3 boundaries, 3 different cricket shots. Surrey have a very special player here, Kirstie White.
Yeah, I just wanted to go back to how I said they needed to put Durham under pressure in different ways, and I think that's exactly how Jemima Spence is doing it. No, I think the thing with Jemima Spence is that she is so cricket smart. That she can almost anticipate what ball is coming next and understands the why, and she wants to know the why. So why have they got this field set? What will come next and how? how do I then manipulate this to my advantage to put, you know, me in the best position for the next delivery, or my teammate in the position for the next delivery. Even the awareness to run a 3. If she's run that 3 and then scored 3 back-to-back boundaries off the back of that, would Kira Chatley have done that? I'm not sure. She's clearly known that she's got the match up to then face and take on Katie Levick, and remember, she's 19, 20.
Well, it's 26 for 2 after 4 overs. Brilliant display of batting there from Jemima Spence. We'll have to check if she has a 100 deal. I don't think she has. And a pretty handy blast might... Kirstie Knight's nodded at me knowingly. And then said, I think she has. That's what Google's for, so it's fine. Lauren Filer to continue. About that cricket smarts from Jemima Spence. She managed to score 3 boundaries in a row and then make sure she's got a dot off the final ball of the over to keep Kira Chatley on strike. A slip and a gully in place. Full toss, and that's 4. Put away by Kira Chatley. And that's a 4th boundary in 5 balls. And just tailing into the right-hander, trying to go full.
Yeah.
Confirmation, sorry, Mark Church, but confirmation that Jemima Spence will be off to the Birmingham Phoenix.
Ah, lovely. Very nice part of the world. Yeah, Filer's trying her hardest here. I think that's why that came out as a full toss. She's got a gorgeous action, but she has, if you watch her right hand, just as she's about to deliver, it goes behind her back and then comes back over the top. But no, I've really enjoyed this so far. It's exactly what we thought would happen. But Chatley's played that very nicely. Chatley seeing the full toss. Watch her delivery here. Watch this right hand. There it goes behind and then over. Swings it.
Sorry, scamper through for a single. It wasn't the most convincing shot from Kira Chatley, although she's getting big stride and down the ground. She is playing Filer very well. She's bowling at high pace here, and with high skill as well. Get the feeling it could be a wicket. Any ball.
Yeah, wicket or a boundary. There's sort of no in between at the moment.
Filer hits the deck again. She sits there, kind of considering her life choices. Why have I chosen to bowl so fast? I have to have an action, which means I fall over every other ball.
Well, she's back on her feet again. Got a little bit of a hobble on there, but I don't think it can only be here that she does this. She must do this pretty regularly, and I think it's just the effort that she puts in.
Well, her foot didn't look like it slipped
No,
there.
not at all. I think it's just that she puts so much effort into every delivery.
Short ball. Will that be given as wide? Will indeed. Probably a good result for Durham. Means Filer can have it again. Because the hypothesis I was going to present, that's a big word.
Lovely word from you.
Don't worry, thank you very much, is that it's almost like a top spin in tennis, where if you try and hit it softer, you don't get enough spin on the ball that it eventually flies out. So you have to hit it harder to keep the ball in. Similarly with Filer running in, if she doesn't run in at 100% and slam those spikes into the ground, it might not grip. Oh, it was a beautiful Yorker. Going to wait to see if this is given as runs. It is, because I was slightly bemused by the lack of appeal. Maybe it's just because it's come cleanly off the bat. But I had my finger halfway up in the air, doing an LBW.
Little inside edge has saved her there, hasn't it? Great Yorker. Again from Filer, but just a little inside edge. The thing I like about that was you said I'm going to give you my hypothesis. At which point Kirstie said to me after the battle, that's one for the over, and I thought she was talking about your long words.
Clipped round the corner by Chatley. So the last ball of Filer's third over comes up. But it is relevant that it's her one for the over, because when you're bowling at such pace, just the threat of that short ball will linger in the back of the batter's mind, and you're only allowed one above shoulder height in the T20 game. believe in the IPL you're allowed 2,
Yes, you are in the IPL.
but this isn't the IPL.
No,
This is the Vitality
thank
Blast.
goodness. Ooh,
Another wide ball.
oh dear.
And that's snuck through as well. So that'll be 5. Rogers isn't quite able to get across. And in small run chases, that makes a world of difference.
Well, the other interesting thing here is, okay, Surrey have lost a couple of wickets, but they are ticking along at 4.2 at the moment. So the runs are still coming. The runs are still coming. But Filer at the moment, 1 for 20. Certainly been exhilarating stuff, but actually Surrey are still going along at 4.22. Oh,
Picked
shot.
up over the leg side, and that's convincing from Jemima Spence. She's playing an absolute gem here. 17 off 9, and when there had been a bit of drama around the run chase, when Katie Levick had struck, when Lauren Filer had clean bowled Davidson Richards, there was an opportunity for a bit of nerves to spread around the ground, and Jemima Spence is having absolutely none of it. 4 boundaries in 4 different directions. Lauren Filer on the floor once more, and it's the head position mark Church that you'll be so happy with.
Absolutely. 2 things there, Kirstie, are the head position, yes, but she's also worked out that Filer's just running in and getting this ball to come late, and she's said to herself, right, anything on that length, if you watch her front foot, she's taking it outside the leg stump, and then the beautiful swing of the cricket bat. That was just a lovely piece of batting.
Yeah, and that is, going back to what I was saying earlier about her understanding the why and actually what's coming and predicting based on everything that she's seeing and how it's unfolding in front of her. She's such a smart cricket player. The other thing I wanted to go back to is the ECB have been working really hard with Lauren Filer to stop her from falling over. But it also presents such a big danger as a bowler that bowls that fast, that ball coming back towards you. If you're bowling at some serious pace, which she is, if she over pitches and it gets driven straight back down the ground, if you're on the floor, you can't get out of the way.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go, is there? Yeah, it's a difficult one. How do you stop that? Because, it's obviously something she does on a regular basis. I think it's because she throws herself into that delivery stride so hard. It's a very difficult one to sort of stop. 6th over, last one of the power play. Trudy Johnson's bowling it, and reverse lap is out there from Kira Chatley, and that just hits her. Rolls away into the leg side. So run rate required 4.09. Surrey going along at 8. So it's been a pretty good power play again from Surrey here. He's gone outside her off stump there. It's just about hit her outside the line of the off stump. Looking to go over the leg side in this final over of the power play. That'll be leg by is the signal. Seeing this again. Right outside her leg stump there. And then just hitting the pad, but that's because there's only one out on that leg side. So Jemima Spence will be fascinating to see how she goes about this. Just checking where the field is at the moment. Jemima Spence. Got 2 out on that leg side rope. Those are the 2 outside the circle. So she swings leg side. And just straight out to one of them, Maddie Villiers. And they'll take another single. I should think the crowd have really enjoyed this tonight. Because there's always games you remember for certain performances and moments, and obviously we've had extraordinary bowling figures already this evening. Then we've had Filer bowling quick. So for the crowd, this has been a terrific evening so far. Okay, it might not be a high scorer. Oh, hello. Kira Chatley's gone after this. This will be a great catch. No, it's just going to keep going. That was really tough, because she got a fair amount of that. Bess Heath was running back over her shoulder, but in this breeze as well. It reminded me a little bit of our half-time catch competition with the tennis balls, this one. But, yeah, it was up there a long, long time and swirling in the breeze. Those are so difficult. Coming over your shoulder. And picks up a couple of runs, does Kira Chatley. So final ball of the power play for Surrey. And Chatley drives again. That's come off the toe end and will go. Off the last ball of the power play. Has just chipped this straight to Grace Thompson. You could almost hear off the bat. That sounded horrible. Off the bat of Kira Chatley. And Chatley goes for 17. And it means, Kirstie, after the power play, Surrey 47 for 3.
It does indeed. I think for me, when I was watching Kira Chatley batting then, all I wanted her to do was just pick up a single and actually just give Jemima Spence the strike. Then you've just got time to just keep watching the ball and keep seeing it. Don't try to force it. You know, you don't have to go hard. Jimmy's going hard at the other end. You can just rotate and let her continue to find her flow. The whole time that Jemima Spence is stuck at the other end, you're not scoring boundaries.
So, the 47's good. Because they're going at 7s. It's not a big target, 103, but they've lost 3 wickets. And Filer's going to bowl out here, which we expected. So, Filer will bowl out. Spence will be on strike. Paige Schofields come to the middle. And now we're out the power play. This is going to be a very interesting final over from Filer.
If you get 1 wicket, Laura Harris isn't going to hang around, so you might find yourself taking 2.
Spence is dropped. Oh, she's tried to guide that over short third. What an opportunity that is. Right shot, wrong execution. Just trying to help that up and over the top of short third. And the chance goes down. That would have been the perfect start to the over.
Well, to Kirstie's point about Jemima Spence having an answer to everything. Short thirds, it's almost a fly slip, is in the ring. The shot is on. It's an excellent option if you can play it, which Jemima Spence can. And what an important moment in this match, because if Spence had gone, Filer would have had 5 balls at a new batter.
Schofield's first delivery. She'll take that. Waist high full toss. So just works this into the leg side. Timed it beautifully. The fielding is excellent. And again, they're back for 3. Good running. Really good running. So the 50 comes up for Surrey. So Schofield's off the mark with 3. Spence comes back onto strike. So Surrey only require another 52 from here. We're only in the 7th over. Every ball from Filer at the moment is an event, really, isn't it? Ooh, there's the bouncer. That'll be wided. So, and thank you, Cameron. 1 for the over from Cameron. Way to my left. Ooh, the lights have come on in the commentary box. 52 for 3. The other thing that nobody else has really picked up on is the moon. Look how clear you can see that moon in the blue sky. It's reminding me a little of Star Wars. As this is picked up by Spence. Oh, and she's just going to get away with this. It's a brilliant bit of fielding. Sprinting in on the half volley, diving full length Maddie Villiers. Great bit of work from her, because she gave it everything to get to it. Spence picked that up clean as a whistle. And Maddie Villiers has come sprinting in. And that's a great bit of work. It really is. Because if you get that wrong, that could do some damage to your enamel. Oh, bowled! Schofield's gone. It's almost identical again to the 50 over game. Just looked to give herself a bit of room. And has had her timbers knocked over. Filer has another one. 53 for 4, but Filer again. And Paige Schofield's livid with herself there, because, as I say, it's almost identical. Same with Alice Davison-Richards. Almost identical to the way that Filer got her in the 50 over game. Just getting outside that leg stump, and actually it's a pretty straight delivery, really. So Schofield goes now. And that'll bring Laura Harris to the middle. Well, there's only one way she's going to go about it, but this is good from Filer again. But, yeah, I think when Paige Schofield sees that back one, that's why she's so cross with herself. She's sort of backed away, and then it's actually a straight delivery which she's missed. So Harris is out there in the middle.
High pace from Filer. And two very important balls in the context of this match. I'll be fascinated to see how Harris is about to go about facing them, because this is the game. If you once you see the back of Filer, you should pretty much be home.
Absolutely. First ball for Harris, swings into the leg side, hits the back pad, rolls away, and there's no run. So, look, Filer's giving it absolutely everything here. 2 for 30, and when you bowl quick, runs can come off you. Again, that's just swinging down the leg side on that occasion. So, Filer's only got the one delivery left. Again, wonderful to see the whack bat of Laura Harris. I do like that. As her final delivery is a Yorker, and that's very well played by Laura Harris. Gets bat down on it, and well, Lauren Filer will finish with 2 for 30 off her 4. She's done some damage again. But Surrey, Kirstie, are through the 4 overs of Lauren Filer.
Yeah, through the 4 overs of Lauren Filer. I think it was pretty evenly poised. I'd say it was a tie, actually, if I'm being honest. I think Lauren Filer... actually, no, I'd probably err on the side of Lauren Filer winning that battle, to be honest. I think Surrey, even in that last over there where we've seen Paige Schofield fall, they'd already accumulated 5 runs from the over. You know she's targeting the stump. She's bowling fullish and trying to get the ball to tail in. You don't need to make yourself room. You've just got to play good cricket shots and see her off. And then you're back into the rest of the Durham bowlers.
Well, Heather Graham's into the attack now for Durham. So Spence will be on strike, but I do like Laura Harris using the whack bat. It's a bit like on Sunday we had Ethan Bosch playing for Middlesex, and I was saying, when you have a surname like Bosch, it does put you under pressure when you're batting. And if you use the whack bat, that swung from Graham. Lovely bit of work behind the stumps as well from Rogers. Spencer just indicating that swung away.
Where's that come from?
Well, it's come from the hand. It's come from the action. Comes in once again. Does Graham. And that's driven by Spence very nicely. And we'll get back for 2. Good running again. Ooh, and there's a little bit of a slip on the turn there with the throat. She's fine. Grace Thompson's okay. So 2 more to the total. I do like Spencer's running between the wickets as well. It's aggressive. Really aggressive.
That ball was just teasing Thompson as it was kind of drifting further away from her across the practice wickets. Also, in terms of the swing, it's not often in the 8th over of a T20 game you see any real swing.
Well, she's got quite a bustly action. And definitely getting it to go away. Spence 22 from 14 deliveries. This one, she's not her best shot. Slightly agricultural, but she'll get a single. Now this will be interesting. Laura Harris comes up to strike. So Graham's just running in, bowling a good length, and just swinging it away a touch.
Laura Harris.
Oh, sorry, we'll say that in stereo.
Has asked for a off stump.
Mm.
Stand in front of them. 3 fielders on the leg side boundary. Mid off in the ring. Game on.
Oh, this is going to be fascinating. Here she goes. Swing and a miss. Giving that absolutely everything with the whack. Yep. Well, this is what I like about Laura Harris. You know what you're going to get. Just marches out there and tries to, as her bat says, whack everything. And it's very entertaining stuff. It really is. Of course, her sister was here last year. Driving up towards mid-off. Doesn't really time this one. It's a very simple way of playing cricket. And there's a lot to be said for it. But you have to be talented to be able to do it. Oh, she's whacked that. Whacked that for 6. There you go. Laura Harris has just picked that up, swung it leg side, off the whack bat, and it has soared over deep backward square for 6. And this is why Laura Harris is so good to watch and is such fun. And yes, the fielder stood there at deep backward square, just stood on the rope and watched it go over the head for 6. So end of the over, 6 off the final ball of the over. There we are, look, central London. It's warm in there at the moment. It is very hot in there, very sticky on the old tube, Cam, it was. Very well, I didn't actually take it today, I walked.
From Kent.
Yes, I did very well to get here on time. Yes. But cool, yeah, it is very warm. Not as warm as it was yesterday, mind.
No, we're in the nice part of the heat wave now.
Yes, lovely. I'm all for a heat wave.
I was just thinking, it was a lovely noise from the crowd there when that 6 sailed over the ropes.
It really was.
Not for the first time today, but the crowd having a wonderful evening.
Trudy Johnson is bowling the 9th over. Spence swings it out towards deep backward square. I think the crowd have loved this. And I think the reason is that we've had, as I say, McDonald Gay with her wickets. And also, it doesn't, as I said, it's not often that you get a bowler who 3 times is on a hat trick. And the first time she got onto that, we said, well, that really will get the crowd into this. And she did it 3 times. And then we've had Filer bowling rockets. We've just had Laura Harris launching one over deep backward square for 6. Ice creams will have been sold. Great evening, this. Oh, she didn't whack that, she's edged it, but it's flown away down to the boundary rope for 4. So Harris with a big grin on her face. And Harris moves on to 10. Well, another couple of overs of Laura Harris and we'll all be going home, even if she doesn't middle it. And that's just raced down to the deep third boundary. Look at that, and you get your blue hair to put on as well. Magnificent. What it's all about. Bit of Madonna now as well, I can hear in the background from our disc jockey. Oh, she's reverse whacking here. Shout for LBW. Not given. So, trying to get cute there. Laura Harris. Must have been tight.
It is a fascination I have with Laura Harris. That she can hit the ball hundreds of metres in front of square. And I think just because she enjoys it, often goes for this reverse ramp.
Just to do something
don't worry about using the pace. You put the pace on the ball.
Yeah. Just to do something a bit different. Oh, trying to go back to whacking it here, but doesn't actually make any contact. I think this will be buys. Not sure, did she get any bat on that? No, I don't think so. Oh, no. Oh, no, runs. So she did get a bit of bat on that. Harris moves on to 11. So runs required now for Surrey. 35, just 35 more needed. 6 wickets in hand. 2 balls to go at this 9th. Spence. Oh, it's gone. Oh, now. Looking to drive. Came off the toe end of the bat. Loops to cover point. Durham is still in this.
So Kirstie has told me off on several occasions over the last year for getting nervous in run chases when her kind of calmer, wiser head suggests nothing to worry about. And I'm wondering if we're in a similar position here, where for whatever reason I feel like it's still game on.
Yeah, I think Durham is still in this. I think because of the way Surrey go about it. And Surrey will keep playing their shots. And there will be boundaries, but there will also be opportunities for Durham. So it's a lovely innings from Spence. But she's gone now. 68 for 5.
Yeah, but I mean, let's look at the cards still to come. So we've still got Laura Harris out there, Alice Monaghan, Callie Moore, Rhiannon McDonald-Gay's had a good day, so she'll probably be thinking, send me in.
For McDonald-Gay would be nice.
Send me in, and I'll do the job. I would.
Well,
if I'd just taken 6 wickets.
As I say, a couple more overs of Laura Harris middling it, and we're going home. But I think that Surrey just have to respect what's coming at them a touch as well at times. So Monaghan out there for her first delivery. And that has swung again. It has swung this evening.
What ball have they got here?
Well, I think it's hot enough to swing. I think it's hot enough tonight to swing.
What are your thermodynamics analysis?
Well, I have been at games. That's the end of the over. I have been at games where they've told me the conditions are perfect for the ball to swing. Yep, it's been cloudy and humid, and then nothing's happened. And then you get perfectly blue sky, no clouds around. It's warm, and the ball swung all evening. Now, I don't know about the thermodynamics of it or the physics, as you have been worrying about all evening. But I'm looking forward to you going back to your laboratory tonight, and there's a number of things that you need to look deeply into from a physics point of view. Might even involve getting the old Bunsen burner out, I think.
That's chemistry.
Oh, that's chemistry. That's what I failed. Both those, physics and chemistry. Got those two muddled up. Right, so Harris on strike, start of the 10th. Graham in, and Harris has gone. He's cut it straight to backward point. Durham are definitely in this. And Laura Harris goes for 11. I don't think Durham can quite believe this at the moment. But this is the way Surrey go about things. They'll just keep trying to play their shots. And as I say, I think at times you just have to respect what's coming at you. 68 for 6. And Kirstie, those 35 runs seem a bit further away now.
Yeah, they do. And this is what we spoke about at the start is, sometimes you have to just adapt your style of play and get the job done. And, yeah, I mean, why? Why go hard? You have so many deliveries left. I understand this is the style of play that Laura Harris and how she goes about her game, but she is an international cricketer that has been doing this for a very, very long time, and therefore I would expect maybe a little bit more of a, do you know what, I'm going to respect my fellow countrymen at the other end and pick up the runs how and when I need to and get the job done for my county and not let anyone else have to do it.
Well, Kalia Moore is now out there, so 35 runs needed by Surrey. 4 wickets remaining.
Oh, it's exciting.
It is. Look, low-scoring games always cause chaos. They always cause chaos. The other irony in all of this is it's a cracking pitch to bat on again this evening. There's pace, there's bounce. Graham 1 for 9, and Moore is forward to her first delivery. Playing this one up towards mid-off. Did I say something about if we get to the 20th over, something remarkable would have happened? But I don't think we're going to get to the 20th over somehow, either way. But it's certainly exciting.
Like Moores often feels like the grown-up in the room.
Well, that's what they
Tap the
need at
ball
the
around.
moment, as this is turned into the leg side. They just need a bit of calmness out there, I think, at the moment, Surrey. Because, as I say, I don't think Durham will quite believe their luck here. Now, Durham will say to themselves, right, we've got a chance. We'll be halfway after this over. Moore has almost dragged on. They've got an inside edge and they've got a single. Oh, and that's hit her right on the back. But that wasn't too far away from her leg stump. But she's off the mark with a single. But again, it's just a little bit of swing. Looking to drive through the offside. Oh, that wasn't too far away. So, off the mark. Oh, that'd be painful as well. 34 more required. Great game. The crowd will be loving this. Short ball pulled by Monaghan. Out towards deep backward square. They will take a single. Monaghan's a good player to have out there at the moment as well. Some pretty good nick with the bat. What is it about little totals? They always cause chaos, don't they? It's either they get knocked off very quickly and you're all going home, or they cause complete havoc. The last ball of the over. Moore's turning this one into short mid-wicket. So that is halfway. Surrey 70 for 6 after 10. So they require another 34 to win. And Surrey should still do this, Kirstie. They should still do this, but they've caused themselves a bit of a wobble.
Yeah, they have. And I think, for me, I think it's the way in which some of the wickets have been lost, or I'm not even going to say lost, have been given away is unacceptable. And I think there's been a lack of, I'm going to be the one to win the game today. I want to be out here in the middle. I'm going to take the responsibility and get our team over the line and not leave it to somebody else to do just because of the intent and the way that we want to play our cricket. I think you need to park egos at times and actually just get the job done.
Trudy Johnson in for her third over. Will we see a more measured approach from Surrey to get over the line? Has been their way. I think they were expecting a big net run rate boost when they were entering this run chase. And now they just take the win full stop. Well played by Monaghan, just rolling her wrists. And that for a single. Trudy Johnson still getting a bit of movement on the ball.
Yep. Breaking news, there are some clouds. Just coming over the ground.
I can see one.
Well, there's more than one, isn't there?
I enjoyed earlier today where you said something no one's picked up on here is the moon. So me and Kirstie were kind of silencing it.
What?
It's still going strong.
Yeah, it is. Amazing shot of the moon. Is it?
That's a good dot ball for Durham. So that was just a bit short from Johnson. It was well played by Moore as well.
Well, there's been some interesting cricket played tonight, and that could have something to do with the full moon that we've got this evening.
I would say it's a very prominent moon. I think Kirstie's going to agree with me here. It's not a full moon.
Yeah, I'd like to challenge your perception of a full moon, Churchy.
And that ball hasn't swung. It stayed inside the blue lines.
You two are just very hard to please, aren't you?
Failed astronomy as well.
That is the most beautiful shot of the moon. Might not be all of the moon, but you can see it clearly with the blue sky.
I used to talk about view of the moon. You keep saying shot of the moon. Is it kind of a...
Maybe someone might even put it on the live stream so we can see it.
Cut again, powerfully, but just for one run. There's still fine here, Surrey. The run rate is not an issue. It's barely 3.5.
No, well, you don't have to worry about the run rate, do you? But
Well, I don't know. I can just see a couple of overs sneaking through.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're saying.
Well, not the most convincing shot from Monaghan. But squeezes the ball into the leg side for a single. So a very quiet over for Surrey, but 3 runs and over is all they need. That will get them home if they replicate that 9 more times. Kirstie, you happy? There we go.
Thank you.
The moon in all its glory.
Look at that.
Mark Church's full moon.
No,
Waxing gibbous.
It's a waxing gibbous.
Brilliant from Kirstie. It's not the new overseas signing, waxing gibbous. That is what that moon is. Yeah. Look, they've noticed it in the crowd as well. That's what they're discussing. I've never seen a moon look like that lady's saying. Beautiful.
Well, we're going to have Katie Levitt coming back into the attack. So this will just gently nudge the accelerator of this game. The risk reward of leg spin is such that more run scoring opportunities will present themselves to Surrey. The opportunity of a wicket or 2 will also lurk. Long on dropping out. So the entire leg side in front of square is vacant if Surrey wish to use it.
Played.
Well fielded, backward point.
I'm just going to throw this in there for everybody.
Go on,
Anybody
then.
fancy a tie
Sorry?
tonight?
Oh, is that a tie for dinner?
I mean this game.
Oh, okay. That was my third.
He's immediately thought about dinner.
We did have Thai green curry.
Oh, was that what was?
Pre-game.
Oh, I see.
I've gone Thai as in the cuisine /
Or
nationality.
what you'd wear to a
What you've wear
function
to.
to,
So,
pick up an award.
so
Another
actually,
one.
The match was my 4th choice. Firmly driven for 4. Katie
Great
Levitt
shot.
could have sacrificed an ankle there. Chose against it. And Monaghan has 4 runs. And a bit of a mental victory for Surrey there as well.
Yeah, struck very firmly, wasn't it? But Katie Levitt. Oh dear. Yeah, that sort of just pulled that foot out the way of it.
I think that's a fine after the game, that one. Down the leg side, and that could be 4 more. Deep square leg's going to have to run around. Well fielded in the deep. Just 2 runs.
Very good this from Monaghan. Playing this very sensibly at the moment. In amongst the chaos. Cannot believe when I said tie. Your first reaction was food,
Yeah.
then what you might wear to a formal function. Do you own a tie? A tie you would wear to a formal function, Cam?
I own a couple of ties, yeah.
Excellent.
I've
Club
my moments.
ties, club ties.
I don't know if I do, actually.
Ah,
Round the wicket from Levitt.
well
It's
played.
beautifully bowled.
Yeah.
Intrigued by the mode of dismissal that Durham is searching or pursuing here, however. Back over the wicket now. Last ball of the over. Good feet from Monaghan, but can't squeeze that ball through the offside. 12 overs to go. Surrey's nerves just easing slightly. 79 for 6, only 24 to win. A big cheer from the crowd. That is in. It's been a really lovely event this evening. The sun has finally gone down. It's a cool evening, but there was that pocket of sun over towards the gasometer side. And they should, Kirstie, have a Surrey victory to celebrate in the not too distant future. You feeling calmer? You might have been calm the whole time.
I've felt frustrated. I feel that this pair seem to be steadying the ship and have a level set of level heads between them, so hopefully they can get Surrey over the line. But Durham are still fighting, and I admire that about them. They fielded exceptionally well, bar the one dropped catch. But they're still fighting, and yeah, that's exactly what you'd hope from a team like this.
Change of ends for Heather Graham. chopped down into the ground. 3 catches tonight for Grace Thompson. The ball's followed her around. We haven't seen her with the ball so far. She didn't bowl in the previous fixture against Hampshire. But a promising young seamer as well as batter. I don't know what it says about the surface, but it's a number of times today we've seen the ball being kind of edged down into the ground.
I think it's a good surface to bat on. I think there's a bit there for the bowlers. Swung around a bit tonight as well. I think it's still a very good surface for T20 cricket. No, it's been a fascinating game. It really has, and you can tell from the atmosphere and the crowd are right into this. It's been a terrific evening. It really has.
I'm intrigued that Durham are keeping. Well, they've still got 4 fielders out on the boundary, the maximum they're allowed. Surrey can tap and win here. And that's out. Well, just when you thought calm was prevailing, Moore, who was on 2 off 9, shuffles down the track, and it's good work from Rogers behind the stumps. And Surrey are now 7 down. You think they're going to get home. You think they couldn't possibly not reach 104, but, well, this is going down to the wire. And Kirstie White's frustration just creeps up ever so slightly again.
It's a great bit of work behind the stumps from Rogers, but yeah, it's just again that moment of playing the big shot and down the pitch, and it's nicely taken, and nice bit of work behind the sticks. And
It seemed there a little bit as well.
I think Surrey have still got a problem here, Kirstie.
Yeah, they do. That was a really tidy piece of keeping there from Mia Rogers. It's gone between bat and pad, so she's been blinded for a moment. Sorry, the woes continue. They've just got to be really gritty here. It doesn't matter how they get the runs. They've just got to get them.
Well, McDonald Gay, my ball, my bat, my game. I'll do it for everyone else. 6 wickets today, the best domestic T20 figures in the women's game in history. But her job's not done yet. She's got 24 more runs to get for her team. And it did strike me. That could have been the 4th time that McDonald Gay was involved in the 2 and 2 this evening, but she's managed to navigate her first delivery.
She can't have thought she'd need to go out there and have a bat this evening. She thought her day was done. You told her to already get celebrating. Thank goodness she didn't.
Dug out.
The other thing that's going to happen here is there are going to be some dot balls as well from here. Monaghan becomes absolutely key figure now from a Surrey point of view.
Well, even if there's 2 maidens in a row, the run rate is still less than 5 and over required.
No, but funny things could happen.
Goodness me. It was an unconvincing shot from McDonald Gay. But she is off the mark for the briefest of moments. I thought Grace Thompson was going to be in for her 4th catch of the evening. 80 for 7 after 13 overs. I know it's not great for your blood pressure or anyone's blood pressure, but it's incredibly entertaining here at the Kia Oval.
What pressure?
What pressure? Well, I'm feeling it.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, just rotate the strike, get it in singles.
Something very important worth mentioning as well is we've only seen 4 Durham bowlers. Trudy Johnson is going to bowl out here as well. So if we get past the 16th over, we're going to have to see a 5th and 6th bowler from Durham to effectively try and close out the game. So Holly Armitage has gone all in. That's the only way you can do it. Durham are basically playing a 16-over game here. And Trudy Johnson, who's been so accurate, so good with the ball today, 2 for 12 of her 3 overs. She's going to finish from the pavilion end. Still 4 fielders out on the fence. Swing and a miss.
I suppose the options they have, Maddie Vidiers, of course. But you're right. They're trying to finish this in 16 overs.
I'm excited. I'm enjoying this.
It's a terrific game. You know, these low scorers do this sometimes.
It's a good single for Surrey.
Well, that McDonald Gay's done her job there. Got Monaghan on strike. So it doesn't need to do any more. Done her job.
You can't take 6 for 11 and lose. Surely.
Well, there's 40 balls remaining, and they need 22. So you can just do it in singles and still have some balls up your sleeve.
Johnson in again to Monaghan. That's down the leg side, and that's a much needed boundary for Surrey. Such good batting from Monaghan just to be able to take advantage of the one loose delivery presented to her by Durham. She's got a wise head on young shoulders, and that will make everyone feel just a little bit calmer.
I did for a second think she was about to fall on her stumps there, but she played that beautifully.
It's only 18 to win.
Yeah.
And another one. Ticking down slowly, reapproaching the win by accident territory, which is my own personal trademark, copyright. I don't know what the right phrase is. I don't really know what the saying means either.
But yeah, I'm not sure what that means. But
like, basically, you get yourself to a position where even if things go wrong, you can still win by accident.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
No run on that occasion.
It's been a good over this for Surrey.
It's amazing how little has to happen for it to be a good over for
Absolutely,
Surrey.
and I think why the crowd are so into this is that every run now is so important. And the boundary there was, well, it was greeted with a standing ovation.
Johnson to finish off her 4 overs. That's got through. That should be at least 2. Will it reach the boundary? No. Intercepted in the deep. Emily Windsor there. It's had a quiet evening in the field, Windsor. I haven't quite seen her that many times, but it's 88 for 7 after 14 overs. 15 to win. We have 2 overs left of this mini game, where Durham will have to turn to a 5th and 6th bowler. Kirstie, would either of the 2 batters out there in the middle at the moment be thinking about that at all? If we just see through these next 2 overs, we're basically home? Or is it a case of it's only 15 runs? Kind of unplug the brain a little bit and we'll get there.
Yeah, I think Heather Graham's now the most imminent threat. So this is her final over, which we're going to see her bowl. So I think they need to see her off and accumulate. But where we've seen runs in that last over were just good, solid cricket shots. Nothing being forced, just playing the ball as it comes, picking up on a loose delivery. Nothing being fabricated out of, thin air.
There's a lot to be said for sensible cricket at times, but sometimes it's the hardest cricket to play. But that was a good over for Surrey.
The match is on a knife edge. Durham have no room, no margin for error. Only got potentially 4 boundaries, 4 balls to play with. Goodness me, Monaghan's cut that off the top of off stump. She gets herself off strike. McDonald Gay, as if she's not done enough already this evening. Returns to the striker's end.
Well, Monaghan's played a little gem of an innings so far. But McDonald Gay, as we said, I said, she cannot have expected to have been out there in this situation after taking 6 for 11.
Turned into the leg side, no run. I'll tell you what, 1 wicket here really will Get the nerves twitching in the Surrey dressing room. You've got Beth and Miles on debut and Danny Gregory to come. I expect Danny Gregory will come in at 10. Danny Gregory's batting has improved markedly over the last couple of years, but still it's improved to number 10. No run again.
Yeah, Surrey should do it from here.
Should.
It should. That's the big word, really. I still think there could be a little twist here. Still to come. Ooh, that'll help.
That's a killer. What a very sage piece of advice there from the back of the box. You only need 3 bad balls. Wait for 3 bad balls across 33, and there was one of them. 5 runs, over a third of the total gone in one chunk.
Heard a lot from the back of the box. Just heard about baking cakes at the back of the box, and there's been a lot today. But yeah, that is, as you say, an absolute killer from a Durham perspective. Plus they get another ball, sorry.
Got her! And there is the wicket. A perfect Yorker from Graham, and McDonald Gay's perfect day comes to an end. And now, well, we really do enter the final chapter of this fixture, because we are right into the tail now. And there's still 9 runs to go. Kirstie White is not looking calm and collected anymore.
Yeah. Tough. What was interesting there actually is that is the ideal Yorker from Heather Graham. That is exactly the ball to bowl in this situation. I was wondering whether she'd send the keeper back, but as the group have huddled, Holly Armitage has just gone up to Mia Rogers and just given her a little bit of a pat on the back to say, don't worry about it. But I think they were a little bit worried about it had that not just happened with that delivery.
Cracking ball as well
I
at this stage.
I was incorrect. It is Bethan Miles who's in at 10. So how's your ticker at the moment, Miles? On debut, there's no world you'd have expected to have been coming in here at the tight end of a run chase. 9 to win. 2 balls left from Heather Graham. Off the mark. Well played, Bethan Miles. A cheer from the crowd. Now 1 ball to go. Monaghan on strike, so she'll be doing her best to get a single and get down to the other end. Will we see Holly Armitage fiddle around with the field here, or is the boundary too much to risk? It looks like they're opting for the latter. The cover sweeper remains out. 3 fielders out on the leg side. A single is available anywhere on the leg side if Monaghan wants it. Defended into the ground, and Miles will be on strike for the next over. We will see, well, will we see Katie Levick, the leg spinner, bowl out? It's the higher risk option, and yes, she's taken off her cap, so she's going to bowl out here. And we have a game that's going right down to the wire, Mark Church.
Yeah, we do, and 8 required from 30, and even in this tension, if you've got chocolate cake, hand it round in the crowd, because that lady there brought her own chocolate cake. What an evening. I'll go back to and I know you were thinking of your Thai green curries, and I still think there could be a tie on the cards here. 30 balls, but I still think there could be when you get to this. I think this is very interesting. This is very interesting. Now, Miles is on strike. Levick to bowl the 16th over.
There's only 1 fielder out in the deep.
Yep, they're going to squeeze here. And forward goes Miles. Love this from Durham now. Just 1 fielder outside the circle.
Slip in place. This is brilliant.
They're going to try and finish this off now. Levick's in, and forward goes Miles. Plays this one back up the pitch. Monaghan's at the non-striker's end. Miles again, very respectfully, just plays Levick back up the pitch.
Take the maiden. Why not?
Can she just control the urge? No, she goes on to the back foot, plays it away into the offside. So she might just say to herself, I'll play this over out.
Yeah.
And leave Monaghan on strike for the next over. If they take a single off the final ball of this over, I've seen it all. That's tossed up. Miles will get runs. Turns it into the leg side. Now that's 5 balls of the over gone. So 7 required by Surrey, but there is only 1 ball of this over remaining. So they'll... Well, I said they'll squeeze, but Monaghan, surely they want Monaghan off strike for the start of the next over. So this is interesting. So they have now, yeah, they're going to tuck in at short extra. They're going to swing.
Hang on.
They're
They've got
wide,
cover and deep extra cover.
so they're going to have to pull one of those round now. Yep, there you go. So sweeper goes out onto that cover boundary rope. They've got the long on, deep mid wicket, deep backward square. This is the final ball of the over. Monaghan finally gets on strike. Oh my goodness, it goes straight past her outside edge as she looks to play the late cut. Well, it means Miles is on strike for the start of the 17th over. And Kirstie, Surrey require 7 runs. And there are still plenty of balls for them to get those 7, 24 of them, but every run is now getting very, very hard to come by.
Yeah, this is a game, isn't it? Change of bowling. It looks like Maddie Villiers is being brought into the attack.
What a time to come into the attack.
Yeah. Got free licence here. You can win us the game or you can lose us the game. Either or. Flip the
Cracker.
coin.
Cracking game. Cracking game. Strange old game, but a cracker. 17th. Villiers with the first delivery to Miles, drives straight over the top of it. So Villiers bowling her off breaks. So dot delivery. Cameron is pointing at everything out there again. They've only got the one fielder out at deep mid wicket. That's all down the leg side. This will be a wide, and they're going to scramble a single as well. So everybody in the ground breathes a little easier unless they've made the trip from Durham. 5 required. So now it's 1 big shot. Finishes the game. Monaghan has a chat with Miles. Villiers just looking at the field again. Long on, deep mid-wicket, deep backward square, sweeper on the cover boundary rope. Villiers is in. Cut down towards third. This is going to run away for 4. And that is the game for Surrey because they only need 1 more to win. Monaghan, as I say, has played a little gem here. In amongst the chaos, Monaghan has played an absolutely brilliant innings. And 1 required by Surrey now. So 2 wickets in 2 balls. My tie's still on. As Monaghan's down the pitch, drives straight into extra cover. And there is no run. Monaghan waits again. Villiers in. Oh, this will be it. Full toss. Swings it out to deep mid-wicket. And almost swung it straight to mid-wicket. But Monaghan will finish 20 not out. Miles will finish 2 not out. Surrey win a low scorer by a couple of wickets. And, well, it's kept everybody on their toes, that game. It's been a brilliant innings from Monaghan. It might not look a lot, 20 in the book, but they needed it there, did Surrey. And it's been a fantastic atmosphere tonight. Everybody's been on the edge of their seats. McDonald Gay can now celebrate till the cows come home, the best figures ever of 6 for 11. Cameron's still with us just about, but Kirstie, they got there in the end.
What was that? Help. That was... I don't think anybody really expected that at the start of the day, at the halfway point, and it was a game full of first in terms of records. You've got Rhiannon McDonald-Gay taking 6 for with 3 hat-trick opportunities. You've got Lauren Filer bowling absolute seeds left, right and centre. The display of fielding was incredible, and it's come down to, well, actually, I think the scorecard looks far more generous in terms of Surrey's favour than it does the actual reflection of how tense that game was.
That's one of my favourite games of the year, of the last couple of years. It was bonkers throughout. And to your point earlier, Churchy, it had individual storylines dotted across it. You had Rhiannon McDonald-Gay being the superstar at the start. I was going to get to Bethan Miles at the end, but she's on screen now. A word to her on debut, under the pressure of coming out at the end of a run chase where kind of the gravity, the magnet's forces of the match was such that you thought, it feels like Durham is somehow going to get this done here. You had Lauren Filer bowling at the speed of light at the start of it. You had Holly Armitage going all chips in for Durham, basically playing a 16-over game and saying, right, we're going to use all our 4 best bowlers up top. A remarkable, well, 35 overs of cricket, or however many we played in the end.
Yeah, and Alice Monaghan's on screen there as the Surrey players make their way off. As I say, in the book, 20 off 19, okay, that was a brilliant innings because they needed a cool head, didn't they? And actually, she didn't play a full shot. Picked the right ball to go after and got Surrey over the line, Kirstie.
Yeah, she did, and that's all that was required, really. It wasn't about forcing any kind of shot out there. We saw how Rhiannon McDonald-Gay tore through Durham's batting lineup, and yes, she's been incredibly skillful today, but both teams have to bowl on the same wicket, and we saw the challenge that it presented those batters. So Surrey just needed to face those challenges with a little bit more of a level head. But Monaghan did a fantastic job scoring 20 off 19 and getting the team over the line today.
And the other thing is that moon. Unbelievable. And I think that might have had something to do with it. Made people do strange things. That's what they say when the moon comes out. But no, it's been a terrific evening. Great atmosphere. And I think everybody who's turned up tonight has absolutely loved it.
Shall I wrap or shall you, Churchy? I'll take it home. Well, 11,000 of you were watching along at on the stream at home at the end. We've got a double header on Sunday, so make sure that you tune in for that. Durham's bowling card, just for one last look at the end. Fantastic display from all, well, 4 Durham bowlers. Maddie Villiers just with the 4 balls at the end, kind of given a kind of hero or zero type task. But that's it from the Surrey live stream this evening. Thank you to everyone who worked on the stream. Thank you to you for watching and listening, and we'll see you on Sunday for a double header. Goodbye.